My plans after high school is to go to college to become an ultrasound tech and then start a family. I would also like to add to my younger classmen, play with heart and never give up. Keep pushing and stay strong. Love you all, Jay. All right, up next, Audrey Alexander, escorted by Justin and Jeannie Alexander. Her favorite memory, Audrey's favorite memories are when Jalen made a video of the team dancing before the game and when she gets to pray over her teammates. Future plans for Audrey is to attend West Texas A&M in Canyon to get a degree in business and marketing with a minor in English. She then plans to open her own clothing store and write her own book and marry the love of her life, starting a beautiful family. To her teammates, thank y'all for the wonderful 4 years and keep y'all's head up. Live life to the fullest. You never know when it's going to be your last. I love you all dearly. Let's hear it for Audrey and Jalen.
welcome to Wildcat Gym for Lovington Lady Cat Basketball. Tonight, the Lovington girls are hosting Texico, and you're enjoying this on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So thank you for watching and listening. I'm Dawn Morgan along with TJ Miracle, and we are here with the Lovington girls coming in at 8-7 under head coach Chief Bridgeforth. They are ranked number 12th in 4A in New Mexico right now. So they're looking to improve. They're looking to get sharp for district, especially because Lovington is in a murderer's row of a district. Texico comes in 6-9 on the season. They're ranked 13th in 2A. So it's a 4A Lovington battle versus 2A Texico tonight. So, you know, you would expect, of course, on paper that the Lovington girls are expected to win tonight just by virtue of that. However, you can't take it for granted. Texico is pretty salty, and they have really only been losing to much better teams. They have beaten Dora, Capitan, Tularosa, for instance. They've lost to Melrose. So these two teams have not met each other this season, but they have played some of the same opponents. And tonight will give a good chance for Texico to really sharpen up their game, and it'll be a good chance for Lovington to kind of measure where they are, you know, against a 2A team. Lovington has been playing mostly teams up above themselves in an effort to get sharper. For instance, Lovington girls are coming off of a loss to Carlsbad, 53-24, 5A Carlsbad, of course, and that was back on the 10th. And after tonight, they're going to be at Clovis tomorrow afternoon at 5:30. So they've got back-to-back games tonight and tomorrow, going on the road for that one tomorrow, TJ.
Well, they certainly do. And as you mentioned, you know, you come in, the Lady Cats right now on the good side of 500 at 8-7. And, yeah, they are ranked fairly low in 4A, but it's a very good 4A division this year.
It is.
For New Mexico. Texico, as you mentioned, you know, probably not as strong as maybe we've seen them in the past at 6-9 on the year also, as you mentioned, and, you know, kind of right on that bubble in 2A, and you've got a lot of 2A teams that are, you know, expected to be very, very good this year especially in the girls division. So, you know, a good test and a good tune-up for both of these teams as district will be starting very soon.
Texico comes in. Their last game was a loss to Fort Sumner House, 36-24. And they are not going to be starting district until, well, actually, they start next week. They start district a little earlier than Lovington. They start district on Tuesday, the 17th, against Portales. That'll be a home game for them. And actually, their next game is against Portales. That's not in their district. And, of course, Portales is in Lovington's district. But Texico will start their district on the 26th. And their district includes Clayton, Santa Rosa, and Pecos. So that is the story for Texico under head coach Jalen Cook. For Lovington, they start their district on the 27th against Artesia right here at Wildcat Gym. And, of course, their district includes Artesia, Goddard, and Portales. And, again, historically, some of the strongest teams in the state all clustered in this one district. So it kind of isn't fair in a way, you know, to Lovington, because they're a developing team. They struggled a bit in the past. They've been on the rise over the last couple of seasons, and now this season they're making, you know, even more strides forward as a team. And we've been watching the results of that and enjoying watching them play. We've called some wins, some losses, but tonight we're here at Wildcat Gym to see them face Texico, and they're looking for the W tonight. TJ.
Well, and very important to get the W. Anytime you can build up your confidence, especially getting close to district, and when, you know, push comes to shove at the end of the season, there's a chance that Texico, and a pretty good chance, even though I will never understand why we have different basketball and football and volleyball districts. I will never understand that as long as I live. But if Texico, I think, very capable of winning their district, and that goes into the matrix when they're deciding on playoff teams. If a team wins district, it doesn't matter if it's a 1A team or a 5A team. That counts in your favor if you beat them. And Lovington is one of those teams that's probably going to be somewhere around the bubble for, a playoff spot,
Right.
especially in the district that they're in, which is, as you mentioned, a murderer's row.
Yeah.
So every little thing that can go into the committee's favor when it goes into the committee room, and I'm not saying Lovington cannot and will not win the district,
Right.
which would be an automatic seat, but, you want to go ahead and have all the boxes that you can get checked off before going into district, beating district champions, beating strength of schedule teams, and all the other things that go into that. So the more of those boxes you can check off getting into district, the better you are if you don't win the district and get the automatic seed.
Yeah, tonight also is senior night. It's also worth mentioning that the Lovington JV girls lost the final score on that one was 60-32. And also tonight is senior night for the girls and the boys, I'm assuming. And the girls, there are only 2 seniors on the team this year on that roster. And it is certainly a tight roster, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 now. I think there was one player that's been added. Carly Greben is now on the roster for Lovington
She's
girls.
also playing JV, though, so she'll see very limited time.
Okay. But 10 players on the roster tonight, and 2 of them seniors, and they were acknowledged before the game in a nice ceremony. Audrey Alexander and Jalen Aranda. And so thank you very much to the parents and supporters. It takes a lot of not just teamwork, but also, parental support, familial support, coach, player, teacher, support to play all the way through and to graduate as a senior. And, especially seeing minutes. Audrey Alexander plays, some minutes almost every game for the Lovington girls, and she has over the last several seasons.
Yeah, she certainly has, and has done a lot for the team, and through the ups and downs has been kind of part of the rebuilding process that's been going on, and I know they'll miss her hustle for sure.
And speaking of the team and building, Elizabeth Buendia is listed as the leading scorer for Lovington, 12.8 points per game. She also leads in assists at 2.4 per game and steals 2.5 per game. Erlyn Salcido is listed as having the best free throw percentage, 44%, and has 6.9 rebounds per game for Lovington. And Abigail Schaus is leading in blocks, 0.7 per game. The stats were not available for Texico High on the boys or the girls. They simply didn't choose to list those as being available.
They're asked to by the NMAA, but I don't think they require
They're not required
them to. And I think a lot of some coaches think that is a one-upsmanship. It's like, well, we're not going to tell them who who our best players are.
Right.
They're just going to have to figure it out.
Right.
Little secret here.
Yes.
They already know.
Yes, exactly. All right, so we'll take a break and come back as we have about a little under 4 minutes left on the pregame clock here. And we'll take a break, come back, give you your rosters, your starting players, and get this one underway here at Wildcat Gym. This is Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington Schools. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym for Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and tonight it's Lovington versus Texico, and the 4A Lovington girls against 2A Texico, and we're just a few minutes away from getting this underway. Let's quickly run down the roster for Texico, and then for Lovington. By then we might have the starters indicated. So we have our starters. Okay, so Texico, 0 is Taylor Sowers, 1 is Desiree Holman, 3 is Caitlin Brashears, 10 is Maya Holman, 13 is Sania Harrison, number 20 is Kenzie Crow, 21 is Kaya New, 22 is Caden Smith, 23 is Sonia Ortiz, 24 is Maddie Tidenberg, 25 is Emma Wallen, number 31 is Adeline Autry, and number 34 is Abby Hakma. And the starters for Texico will be Holman, Brashears, Holman, and Wallen, and Autry. Sorry about that. All right, for Lovington, your players are number 3, Audrey Alexander, 5, Aubrey Aranda, 10, Myra Castro, 12, Malaya Castro, 14, Ashlyn Borunda, number 20, Elizabeth Buendia, number 23, Carly Greben, number 24, Erlyn Salcido, number 30, Kira Olivas, and number 42, Abigail Schaus. Your starters for Lovington will be Alexander, Aranda, Castro, that's Malaya Castro, Buendia, and Salcido. And we are, I think, so that's it. I guess we're not going to have introduction.
Yeah, I think we are here.
Oh, okay. Well, it's they huddled and they look like they're on the bench, and now, it looks like the girls are going to go line up and be introduced. So we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back after we do the introductions and the national anthem. And we will have more Lovington girls basketball. The tip-off for this one coming up on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services,
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym for your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. You've been listening and watching on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we've had our national anthem. Texico is being announced, and then it'll, of course, be our Lovington girls, the Wildcats, the Lady Cats, coming in 8-7 on this one. and the Texico girls 2A team coming in at 6 and 9. TJ, just about to get this one going. What do you think we can expect from our Lovington girls? Think they'll come out and be aggressive and quick and attack early?
Well, I think that's what they're going to have to do against what's always a very aggressive Texico team. They've got a team that traditionally likes to penetrate and get, open looks at the basket, and you're usually pretty deadly from that, 8 to 12 foot range, so the mid-range jump shots. So Lovington on defense, if they can keep them in their face and keep the energy going there, I think they'll have a pretty good shot at this one, and they need to work the ball inside, and when they get open looks, don't be afraid to take the shot.
Yeah, they've been shooting pretty well. They're a team that has come a long way, and they have been looking very quick. I think they play their best when they're really working pretty quickly, moving the ball with crisp passes, controlling the possession of the ball, really working it around, looking for position, taking shots. They're certainly capable of a pretty good outside shooting game. We have, we've seen several of the girls capable of those three-point shots, and it's great, but you don't want to count on that perimeter game. It can die. You can have a really strong quarter or half, and then it can just go away.
Yeah, the old saying is if you live by the three, you die by the three. Right. But Lovington is a team that's capable of doing a lot more than that.
That's
so
right.
Take the shot if you get them.
That's right. And they're capable of moving that ball on the inside. They have developed some speed, and they are ready, it looks like, tonight. But so is Texico. They're here, and the girls are on the court. It'll be number 25, Wallen, going up against Salcedo, number 24 for Lovington. And the tip is going to be controlled by Texico. That's Holman with the ball. Moves it down right side, outside the arc. Good defense by Lovington so far. Bad pass, almost picked off. Texico keeps it, though. Takes a three-point shot from the left side. That was number 3 going up with it, Brashears, and it is no good. Fight for the rebound. It ends up going out of bounds, but controlled by Texico. Brashears will inbound, and they're going to move it, work it in. Brashears pulls up, takes a little jump shot, and it's going to fall. So 2 points for her. It puts Texico on the board, 2-0. And here come the Lady Cats. A little trouble in the backcourt, but they've got it now, and that is Buendia. Oh, she pulls up. Oh, takes a shot, banks it off of the backboard and in for 2.
Notice there was nobody around her and got to the free throw lines like
she
15
just decided,
yep, I'll take that all the time.
Exactly. That's what you said about taking your shots. When you see them, take them. Coming back down the other way, Texico moving it around. They had it just right underneath the basket, but no good. So they move it back out to Brashears, and she pops the net, and it's a three-pointer, and it puts Texico up 5-2. But Lovington coming back down the other way, and that's Elizabeth Buendia, who pulls up on the left side outside the arc and says, "You want to pop a three? I can do it too." And so we're all tied up at 5. With Texico moving the ball around the outside of the arc. Holman's got it. Moves it to Brashears. She's getting worked on. And now she drives toward the lane. Takes a shot from the right side. Won't go. And the rebound is pulled down by Wallen. And that's her first rebound. And she gets tagged on the way down. So it will be against Erlin Salcedo. First team foul. And Wallen is at the line. 5-5 your score, 6:30 left to play in the first. And we've got, Salcedo and Aranda in the blocks in the front, rebounding for Lovington. And the shot is up and finds the bottom of the net. So that is a point and makes it 6-5. One more shot. She eyes it, puts it up, and this one rolls out, and the rebound by Aranda. She picks it up, brings it down right side, passes off to Buendia. She drives the lane left side, then a pass over to Alexander, who puts up a shot from the left side, won't fall, and Brashears with the rebound. Brashears then pulls up as Texico sets a little O. Bounce pass in over on the left wing to Holman. Holman tries to put up a shot, and it is
partially tipped and goes out of bounds.
Partially blocked or tipped, whatever you want to say. And last touch by Texico, so Lovington ball. And they inbound it, get to Buendia. Buendia drives underneath the lane and tries a pass. It's too hard So passing it right back goes right into the hands of Holman. Holman drives down. She puts up a shot, won't fall. And that's a Malaya Castro with the rebound. Now she drives, pulls up on the right, gives it to Buendia on the right side outside the arc. She tries a three, won't fall. And Wallen with her rebound, the second for her. And a whistle in the back court. They're going to say she traveled. So that's a turnover.
Third turnover here in the early going for the Texico Lady Wolverines, but they lead on the board 6-5. 5:38 to go first quarter.
And it will be Lovington girls basketball as it's number 10, Castro in the game now. She'll inbound from the scorer's table. Gets it to Buendia. Buendia, center court, now moves to the left outside the arc. Leaves it off for Borunda in the game now. Back to Buendia. Pretty good defense by Texico. Buendia fighting her way in underneath the basket, puts a layup up and is no good, but there's going to be a foul. She gets fouled.
Lovington has got to collapse in and give her some help on that. Lucky that she gets the block call on Brashears, her first team foul, and goes to the line, but no help underneath.
Yeah, no help at all. So you've got to have somebody get in the paint in there underneath to be able to make a pass to. She's at the line, though, and first one rolls out and over and down. So a miss for Buendia. Again, 6-5, still your score. Texico with the early lead. And that one's going to rattle out. I thought it was going to roll back in, but no good. And Texico comes down with a rebound. I think that was 31. Autry passes it off to Holman. She comes down, puts up a little jumper, won't fall. And Salcido with the rebound. Passes to Buendia. Buendia driving down right through the lane, then passes it back to Borunda. Borunda, oh, beautiful shot. Uses the backboard and pops a three. Wow, beautiful. And that makes it 8-6. Texico with the ball. That is Brashears. Puts up a shot from the right wing, won't go. She gets her own rebound. Drives in, loses the ball, gets it back. Passes to Wallen. Wallen puts up a shot from the right side. It doesn't go, but she is fouled. Let's see who they call that on.
And it looks like what they're going to do, they are going to call that on Salcido. That'll be her second personal, second team foul. But looks like the game plan is to get it to Brashears, try to get to penetrate the lane, and then take Wallen in through the back door on the baseline into the low post.
And if they don't make the basket, they try to draw the foul. And that was up and in. She's 2 for 2 at the line. Another shot. This one goes up and in as well. So we're back tied 8 apiece with Wallen with 3 points. Lovington bring the ball down. Castro passes to Borunda. Borunda bounced past to Malaya. Malaya was right underneath the basket. Just didn't feel right, I guess. And instead she passes it out to Buendia. And Buendia drives in from the right side, puts up the layup, and Lovington is up by 2 points. Then it's Holman taking it across the line for Texico, and she ends up
stepping on the sideline.
Stepping out of bounds. So another turnover for Texico. Lovington's got it. Buendia rolling around the right side, leaves it off for Castro. Castro to Maya Castro. Then to Buendia. Buendia pulls up on the right wing, puts up a shot, won't fall, fight for the rebound, and actually Myra Castro has it, her first. She passes over to Borunda. Borunda drives into the lane and puts up a layup from the right side. She's got 5 points in the game, and we're at 12-8. Lovington starting to stretch it out a little bit. Here comes Texico as Brashears drives down and puts up the shot. It's 2 points, and that is 7 in the game for her and makes it 12-10. Lovington's got it. Buendia driving down outside the arc on the right side. Drives in and pulls back out. Gives it to Malaya. Malaya drifts back toward midcourt, leaves it off for Buendia. Lovington playing for position, looking for room, looking to get somebody inside. And instead, that's Malaya Castro who pulls up outside the arc on the right side, tries a three-pointer, won't fall. And the rebound by Texico.
By Autry.
And that's 2 rebounds for Autry. Give it to Brashears. Brashears tries a three-pointer from the left side outside the arc, and it doesn't fall, but she falls down. She gets run into, hip checked, and They're going to call that one on number 12, which is Malaya Castro. First foul on her, third team foul, and that's going to put Brashears at the line.
Yeah,
her
and
first
she gets
trip
to
the
shoot
line.
for 3, and she was shooting from way out of NBA distance,
She
and
was.
so not a good, low percentage shot, not a good foul for Malaya. I think kind of just lost positioning a little bit and collided with her.
Yeah, I think it was just a case of losing balance just a bit. So first one up, no good. Second one, she sinks. And the third one, we'll see. We got subs coming in for Lovington as Schaus goes in. She'll be in the blocks on the right side. Also coming in is Aranda. Buendia comes out. And Olivas is in as well. Brashears with her third shot at the line. And that one, nothing but net. And that makes it 12-12. We're tied up again. Lovington coming back down. That's Myra Castro. Works on the right side. Passes to Olivas. Olivas, top of the arc. Drives into the right side. Nobody in the lane. She pulls up. Oh, and bricks the shot. And the rebound comes down right in the hands of Holman. And she ends up skidding, losing her balance on the floor. And there's a turnover.
No, just a shot up, and Olivas got the rebound.
All right. So Olivas with the rebound. Nice rebound for Lovington, denying Texico another shot at it. And a whistle sounds on the other end of the court, and it's going to be just, I think it goes out of bounds. Lovington will inbound. That's Olivas. Olivas looking for somebody to get it into. She does. In fact, right underneath the basket for Barunda. Barunda takes a point-blank shot that doesn't fall, and then there is a fight for the rebound underneath. And it's going to go to Texico.
Yeah, Wallen got the rebound and then immediately got fouled.
And
a couple of lady cats in the neighborhood didn't see who they whistled it on.
Nope, I don't think they ended up whistling it on anybody. It wasn't a foul. Texaco with the ball. They get it to Holman. Holman gets it to Brashears, and they're going to call a foul. There's a reach foul, I think, on nope. They're going to say, I guess that she palmed it. Travel or palm.
Yeah, I didn't see a
so
whistle.
A turnover. I've got that as number 5 for Texico.
That's what I've got.
And that means Lovington will have the ball. We're all tied up 12 apiece, 2:15 left to play in this first quarter, as it's been a pretty fast-paced game back and forth. A few fouls called. Lovington's got it. That is Myra Castro. Brings it down right side. Leaves it off for Aranda. Aranda works it back into the right side. And they're going to call a foul. I think they're going to call that on number 1 on Holman. Let's see, though, for sure. A push foul on the floor.
On
So the first foul on Holman. Second team foul. Olivas will inbound for Lovington. And she gets it, a bounce pass that Barunda almost loses. She does. She sails it over the head looking for Aranda and instead turns it over. So Texico's ball, they give it to Holman. She drives in, passes it over to Holman. Holman to Holman. And takes a shot up, puts it up, and good. So 14-12 now. Texico leading. Olivas has the ball. On the right side, drives into the right corner, then toward the basket, puts up the layup. Nobody contesting it, and puts it right in. So very nice. So that was Aranda. Olivas, sorry about that. 2 points for Olivas, and we're tied up again. Texico with the ball. They're into the court. Ortiz has got it in the corner. She works it over to Holman, then Holman to Holman. Holman back over to Ortiz. A fight for the ball. A nice steal as Barunda comes in, grabs it, now takes it in and has the ball stripped away by Brashears, but they're going to call the foul on her. And she ripped it out of the hands and got hand and not just ball. So Barunda, but a nice steal, and that was just a frustration foul. As that was a really nice steal, and Barunda took it down intending to just go coast to coast and put it up and in. But instead, she's at the line, and that one nothing but net.
Barunda with that high arcing shot when she's at the line.
So 15-14, Lovington back in the lead in this one. This has been a seesaw affair in this first quarter. Just 1:04 left to play in it. Barunda with another shot at the line. And that one's up and good as well. So she actually has 7 points in the game so far. 16-14, Lovington leading. It'll be Texico ball. That is Autry inbounding. They pass around, get it to Holman. That is Desiree Holman. She gets it over to Ortiz. Oh, and the ball almost stolen as good hustle by Olivas and a good shot at that. Instead, it does go, it goes out of bounds, but it will stay Texico ball. They'll inbound right in front of the Lovington bench. That's Holman getting it into Sowers. Sowers over to Holman. Now Ortiz has it in the left side. Texico working around the arc, looking for room, looking for somebody inside. And Holman is Maya Holman. She's going to work on the outside of the arc. She loses the handle on the ball. It's down, and Buendia picks it up. So another turnover by Texico. Buendia takes it in for the layup from the left side, and 2 more points for her. Makes it 18-14 Lovington. Texico coming the other way, though. That's Holman, and she loses the handle on the ball. Picked up by Lovington. And then Buendia puts a shot up. It won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It's loose on the court. Last touched, I believe, by Schaus with only 12 seconds left on the clock. Fighting for the ball. Trying for possession. Both teams have had a little trouble, but Lovington has been doing some nice deals as that is Holman driving in for the lane. Then she gives it a pass over to the right side, and 2 points up and in by 31 Autry, and the buzzer sounds on the first quarter, and it is 18-16. Lovington with the narrow 2-point lead. We will be back with the second quarter of Lady Cat basketball from Wildcat Gym on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym for Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and Lovington leading by 2 points starting the second quarter as Lovington inbounds from midcourt. They pass it down, trying for Schaus underneath the basket, and it's too strong, so it goes out of bounds, and that's another turnover for Lovington.
Well, Schaus is 6'5". She would have needed to be about 7'3" to get that inlet.
So still 18-16. Texico with the ball, though, as they move it outside around the arc, passing around the arc. Holman, Desiree's got it. Oh, and she stops and just takes a shot from the left corner and pops the net. That's 3 points, so 19-18. Brashears, my bad. So Brashears with another 3 points in the game. Lovington coming the other way, and Olivas with the ball, going in for the layup, and she double dribbles, so that's another turnover by Lovington. It's tough because Texico is making points off of the turnovers, so Lovington has to take care of the ball a little better. Texico's got it right now, going to pass around the outside of the arc. Looking for room. Lovington trying to keep him out of the paint. Number 22, Smith in the game now for Texico. She's got it. Getting worked on by Olivas. Passes around to the right side. Then a pass trying to get in the lane. Doesn't work. Bounces back out to Autry. Now Autry gets it into Brashears, and Brashears, the shooter, takes that shot and makes it the layup from the left side. So 21-18 Texico. The ball going back the other way with Lovington trying to pass. Texico doing a good job, and Buendia having a little trouble hanging on to it. Ends up on the court, losing the ball off of her leg, goes out of bounds, so it'll be Texico basketball and another turnover. Lovington coming out starting the second quarter with some fumble fingers and some stuttering here.
Yeah, 3 possessions, 3 turnovers, and now they're trailing by 3.
And I've got him for, 5 turnovers in the game so far?
That is now 6.
6, okay. Texico with the ball again. That's Autry in the corner. Passing it around outside the arc. Brashears over to Smith. Back to Brashears. Brashears works the ball top of the arc, looking for room. Gets it to Holman. Holman thinks about the three. Passes back to Brashears. Good defense by Lovington. They're really tight on him. They've made some adjustments, maybe. All right, some passing in the lane. Texico looking for somebody and ends up with a bad pass taken away, and that's another steal by Salcido. She gets it to Buendia. Buendia brings it down. Working around the arc on the left side. Leaves it off for Malaya Castro. Malaya over to Myra Castro. Myra getting double teamed. Gets it to Buendia. Buendia, or rather to Barunda. Then Barunda went to Buendia. Buendia's got the ball, and they say she traveled. Nope, it was tie ball. Tie ball, jump ball, and it goes, the possession stays with Lovington. Oh, a pass inside, and it goes off of Salcido's hands, and Texico picks it up. Yet another turnover.
4 possessions, 4 turnovers. They got to clean this up.
And now a nice steal by Malaya Castro, and she brings it down. Passes to Buendia. Buendia driving in. Good defense, man. Texico was so quick on that transition, but Buendia turns around, jumps, shoots, and scores.
And 11 points now for Buendia.
21-20. A 1-point lead by Texico. They've got the ball. Brashears has got it. Outside the arc, left side. Passes over. Holman. Holman, a bounce pass in the lane. Then they get it back out as they're going to reset. Holman now gets it into Wallen. Wallen bumps in. No room. She was going to try for the basket. Now she gets it to Brashears. Brashears passes to Smith. Smith hangs on to it. Almost taken away by Barunda. And there's a 3-point shot at by Brashears, way short. Goes out of bounds, so it's going to be Lovington girls basketball. Myra Castro will be back, or, well, I thought she was going to inbound. She's going to come off, go to the bench, and Aranda comes in for Lovington. She will inbound to Buendia. No pressure in the backcourt. Texico set up at their end. Buendia brings it down the right side. Leaves it off for Aranda. Aranda drives in, pulls up at the top of the arc, and pops it. So right on the lines, just a 2-pointer, but still very nice. Makes it 23-21.
Wow, from this angle, looked like she'd gotten behind it.
It did. 10, Holman with the ball for Texico. A little bounce pass in, then bounce pass back out around the arc. Texico passing it around. Quick passing. Bounce to Brashears. Brashears puts it up, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It's on the floor. They're going to call jump ball, I think, as it was between Salcido and Brashears. And they'll say, yes, jump ball goes the way of Texico this time. So Brashears will have it to inbound right underneath their basket. She gets it to New in the game now for the first time for Texico. And the girls, Texico girls, just going to bounce it around the outside of the arc, and then number 1 driving in is Holman. She loses it temporarily and gets it right back, drives underneath the basket, puts up a shot, won't fall, whistle sound. Let's see who they call that on.
They're going to call the block on Aranda. That'll be her first personal, 4th team foul on the Lady Cats, and they're going to say it was on the floor.
So Brashears will inbound to Wallen. Wallen gets it over to Holman. Holman bounce pass in the lane underneath the basket to Holman. And then there's a shot up from the right side, won't fall. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to be actually the pass was to Buendia. Did Salcido get that? I believe Salcido had the rebound.
Barunda got the rebound.
Barunda got the rebound, and then the shot is up, no good, and Texico has the rebound. Autry with another one. I've got her down for 3. Texico going to pass around the outside of the arc. Oh, from the left corner, a shot is up, no good. An air ball. It goes right in the hands of Aranda, her second rebound. Driving down right side, heading for the hoop. Oh, tries for the layup too hard, and it bounces out. Wallen's got the rebound. Texico with the ball. 23-21, a 2-point lead by the Lady Cats. 3 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Texico's got the ball there in. They're going to pass around the outside of the arc. They get it to Brashears. She thinks about the shot, now drives toward the basket, puts it up, and it hits the back of the backboard. Now, that should actually be, I think that should be Lovington ball.
I think they're going to say that we got a hand on it last. I'm like you.
All right. Okay.
Came off the backboard and went out, but
all right,
that's what it looked like from here.
Apparently, they're going to say Lovington got a hand on it, I guess. Texico inbounds. Fight for it. Oh, and a nice steal by Aranda. She gets it to Buendia. who takes a shot, won't fall, but the whistle sounds. She draws a foul. So it's not the basket, no good. They wait, and now they're going to call that on what, number 13, 31, 13, or,
Autry,
31,
yeah.
Autry. I see a 3 and a 1 there. So Autry, her first foul, 4th team foul. It's on the floor, and Buendia will inbound. It's it to Barunda, then to Malaya Castro, who loses the ball. Another turnover by Lovington. Brashear's got it, drives in, going for the hoop, and it's stripped away from her, and foul is going to be called. That's a bad foul. It's a frustration foul. It happened against Texico to Lovington's benefit in the first quarter, and now they're going to say that is on Kira Olivas, her first foul. That is the 6th team foul on Lovington. It puts Brashears at the line. She's 2 for 3. Make it 3 for 4 now. Makes it 23-22. And she's got another shot at it and a chance to tie this up. 2:38 left to play in this second quarter as Texico came to play. And Lovington's been shooting themselves in the foot. Second one is up and good as well. So 23 all. Lovington with the ball. A quick pass down. Malaya Castro gets it to Buendia. Then Buendia trying for Olivas underneath the basket. It's too hard and out of reach, and another turnover. I've got that as 9 for Lovington. And Texico will have the ball with 2:30 left to play.
Fortunately, they haven't converted on too many of them. Lovington has forced 11 so far on Texico, but really haven't been able to do much with it.
Holman brings it down and gets it to Wallen in the right corner. Back to Holman. Now into Wallen, run underneath the basket. She puts it up, no good. She gets her own rebound, and on the putback, she gets fouled.
And that's her 5th rebound, and she'll go to the line as she's just dominating underneath. Lovington not with good positioning, and Oliva's going to pick up a second quick foul.
Yeah, they have not had an answer for her in that low post position. So it will be Wallen at the line. She's 3 for 3.
3 of 4.
Or 3 of 4, rather. Sorry, I didn't write the miss down. And that one is good. So 4 of 5 now at the line. She has another shot at it. We have Aranda and Borunda in the blocks, rebounding for Lovington. Malaya Castro Olivas also on the court. And Buendia. And that one's no good. A miss, a fight for the rebound, and coming up with it is number 10, Holman. That's Maya Holman.
We're getting out rebounded all over the place.
Still, it's 24-23 now. Holman driving in, loses the ball, gets it back, gets it to Brashears. Good defense by Lovington, but maybe, and they're going to say that timeout. Timeouts are being called. So with 1:49 left before the half, we'll take it. 30 seconds only. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat basketball from Wildcat Gym.
To manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcacnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back. This is Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. 24-23 Texico. The 2A team is leading Lovington right now with just 1:49 before the half. Out of the timeout, it's going to be inbounded by Texico near the scorer's table. Bounce pass back to Holman, who inbounded. And looking for she passes it to Brashears, lose the handle on it. Malaya Castro with her second steal. She passes it over to Buendia. Buendia drives into the lane looking to put up the shot, and the ball is blocked out.
Yeah, got stripped away from behind as Brashears on a hustle play, got back, knocked it away.
Buendia will inbound, gets to Olivas. Olivas to Malaya Castro. Malaya over to Myra, and it hits her in the face and is taken away by Brashears. Brashears drives in, goes to the right side. She ends up on the floor after she passed it to Holman, and they're going to say she traveled. So a turnover, number 12 for
13.
13 for Texico. Thank you. And it'll be Lovington's ball. They need to
got to capitalize on these
exactly.
turnovers.
They've got to. As Buendia will pick it up, bring it across the timeline, drive over to the left outside the arc, leaves it for Olivas. Olivas to Malaya Castro. She drives in. Gets it to Buendia. Buendia drives in, gets it back to Myra. Myra over to Aranda. Aranda drives in from the right side against Wallen. No good. Looks instead to get it to Olivas, who sneaks in the back door, puts up a layup from the left, won't fall though, and Wallen's got the rebound.
Her sixth, and nobody's blocking her out underneath.
And nobody's looking to get offensive rebounds for Lovington. Texico with the ball. That's number 1, Holman, driving in and loses the handle on the ball. It ends up loose on the court, almost stolen by Lovington, but Texico gets it back. Boy, both of these teams have had trouble hanging onto the ball. Shots up, no good, and Myra Castro with her rebound, her second. Passes to Malaya, to Aranda, to Myra, now to Buendia. She puts up a 3 from the top of the arc, won't fall. Fight for the rebound, it goes out of bounds. I think last touch by Olivas, though. It'll be Texico basketball. 27 seconds left before the half, and it's still 24-23, a 1-point lead by Texico. Lovington really needs to get the ball and try to get the lead back, even just for momentum's sake going into the half. But I know Texico may just play for the last shot.
Yeah, right now they've only scored 2 buckets in this entire second quarter.
And they're passing it around outside the arc, tipped away by Malaya Castro. Pulling up, there is a jumper from the left side by Autry, and it's good. 26-23. And a whistle sounds. Let's see. There's going to be a foul call. Do they not? They count the basket, but they're
calling a bench warning.
Okay. Against, I don't know if it was against the coach or against the girls or against people being too far onto the court. I'm not sure, but Lovington has the ball. Buendia's got it to Castro. Castro over to Malaya. She puts up a last-second shot, and it's no good. The rebound by Autry. And the buzzer sounds. It's halftime, and Lovington is trailing. Texico beating them at this point, 26-23. We'll be back with your Lovington Auto Supply halftime show in 3 minutes right here from Wildcat Gym on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services,
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Hey, welcome back to Wildcat Gym for Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. And at halftime, Texico is leading 26-23. Let's see how they got here. For Texico, your leading scorer is Brashear. She's got 16 points to go with that, 3 rebounds and a steal. Coming in, 4 points apiece for Emma Wallen. Wallen also has 6 rebounds, and then Autry has 4 points and 4 rebounds, and then Maya Holman has 2 points and 2 rebounds. So only 4 girls in the stats for Texico, and yet they are beating Lovington. Here are your Lovington girls. The leading scorer right now is Elizabeth Buendia with 11 points. Then Ashlyn Barunda comes in with 7 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal. You've got Aubrey Aranda with 3 points, 2 rebounds, a steal. And you've got Kira Olivas with 2 points and 1 rebound. Also, Malaya Castro has 2 steals. You have Erlyn Salcida with 2 rebounds and 1 steal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Lovington girls in the stats. But as you can see, there's not as much rebounding going on for Lovington, and not as much scoring either.
Well, no, there's not. And another place where you've got a big differential is in the free throw shooting. In that first half, Texico got 11 chances at the line, and they go 8 of 11. Lovington only went twice, and they went 50-50, 2 for 4 in that. So that's 8 free points that Lovington has given Texico. Half of those coming from Caitlin Brashears, which you would expect because she's really driving into the lane, and then she got those 3 shots, a 3-shot attempt in the very first on a bad foul. So, too many free throw opportunities, and you mentioned the rebounding. Texico in that first half with 15 rebounds collectively as a team. Lovington with 8. You may be thinking, well, that's not all that much different, but when you look at just the second quarter itself, the first and the second quarter. First quarter, Texico had 8 rebounds, Lovington only 4. That means they doubled up. That means they got twice the opportunity to either put it back or take it down the court. And then so 7-4 in the second quarter. Lovington has got to find a better way to clean the glass, whether it's offensively or defensively. They've done a nice job forcing 13 turnovers, but I think on that 13 turnovers, I think they've capitalized once.
Texaco has done a better job of capitalizing on turnovers than Lovington has. Texaco turned the ball over 13 times, while Lovington turned the ball over 10 times. But as you said, the difference at the free throw line, the difference in rebounding is apparent. And, of course, there is a 3-point difference. The score, it was just a 1-point difference after the first quarter.
2 points.
2 points. That first quarter, at the end of the first quarter, the score
18-16
was
Lovington.
18-16 Lovington. And now Texico is up by 3 at the half still.
Yeah, outscored 10-5 in the second quarter.
And so Lovington is going to have to come back in and take a look, make some adjustments, and take a look at what they were doing right and doing a little better in that first quarter than in the second quarter, because Texico came in and really turned it on, got even more aggressive, a little quicker. Both teams having a little bit of trouble hanging on to the ball. They're and both teams have pocket pickers, that are coming along looking for weakness, looking for that open, just standing with the ball, trying to get the ball or holding the ball is definitely you're just looking for somebody to come along and try to take that out of your hands. So both the girls, especially when you get into heavy traffic in the lanes, they are not doing a real good job of setting up in the lane and then protecting the ball as they move through it. They get to the lane and it becomes a free-for-all for the ball, and sometimes it's taken away and sometimes it's kept by by whichever team is in the lane.
Yeah, when you get into that situation, especially on offense, too many times, and this is something that has become more prevalent in the high school game, and I kind of get the thinking behind it. I don't agree with it. If you've got an open look, you just drive through the lane and you take the shot and then wait for the rebounders. They try and wait to slow up a little bit to get extra rebounders in, or they look for the open three. That's the new cool thing and has been for about the last decade. But if you've got an open look in the lane, sail through and take the shot. Too many times we're not seeing that for any team.
Right, and this has been your Lovington Auto Supply halftime report. We'll be back to get the second half underway in 1 minute here from Wildcat Gym. This is Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym for Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan along with TJ Miracle, and a pretty quick moving first half. As we saw, of course, we'll have the Lovington boys game immediately after this. I say immediately. Of course, there will be the pregame clock, but there also will probably be senior night recognition as well. The girls just had 2 seniors on the team. The boys have 6, so that will take a little bit longer between games. Right now, though, the Texico and Lovington coming out onto the floor to get the second half underway, and it'll be Texico inbounding from midcourt. They lead this one 26-23. Lovington's got some work to do, and it'll be Lovington inbounding, actually. Texico thought they were. The official said nope. So it'll be Malaya Castro inbounding, giving it to Buendia. Buendia drives in right side. Lovington needs to be pretty aggressive. Passing it over to Malaya Castro, then to Aranda, back to Castro. Castro loses the ball momentarily, gets it, leaves it off for Aranda. Now over to Salcido, then to Buendia. She drives into the baseline, puts up the shot. Oh, it spins away. A fight for the rebound. Salcido's got it, and she gets it to Aranda, who tries to put it in, won't fall, and then the putback won't fall. I didn't actually see who had the putback.
That was Salcido.
Salcido. All right, with the rebound and the putback won't fall. Then it goes out of bounds, last touch by Lovington, and it'll be Texico ball. So Lovington had 4 looks at the basket.
But I do like that Buendia, she saw a little lane and she didn't stop and wait.
She
took
right for
the hoop.
Just too bad it didn't fall. Texico's got it. That's Brashears on the right side, getting into Holman. Holman drives in, passes off to the left to New in the ball game. Or no, to Autry. Over in the corner, back to Holman. Back to Brashears, Holman. In that right corner, getting worked on by Aranda, looking for room. Almost taken away. Wallen's got it, though. Pulls it out of Salcido's hands. Passes it out. Brashears got it on the left wing now. Getting worked on by Buendia. Bounce pass over to Holman. Holman looking for room. Again, looking for somebody in the paint. Brashears, top of the arc. She drives in, puts up a little jumper, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Going to go back to Brashears. Brashears will try it again. Brashears passes to Holman. Holman goes into the lane. She gets bumped. No call, but it goes off of her foot and out of bounds. So it's a turnover, the 14th for Texico, and it'll be Lovington ball. Lovington needs to take advantage of this opportunity, come down and try to get this tied up or near it. Buendia running the point on the right side. Stumbles into Holman, no call, both girls. Oh, puts a shot up, no good. Wallen trying to fight for the rebound, can't hang on to it, goes out of bounds. It'll be Lovington basketball. So it'll be Buendia inbounding from right under the girls, the Lovington basket to the right of it. They can look for someone getting it into Aranda on the left side. She puts up a shot and pops it. It's 2. And 26-25 now your score. Texaco with the ball. It's going to be to Desiree Holman running the point on the right side to Brashears. Brashears into Wallen in the right corner. Aranda on her pretty tight. We pass it into Holman, though. Holman in that right corner. She gets worked on. Bounce pass to Wallen is taken away. Salcido says, thank you very much. I'll pick that one up. And she gets it to Aranda. Brings it down to Buendia. Buendia passes over to Malaya Castro. Then Aranda. And back over to the right corner to Barunda. Out to Buendia. Buendia drives in. Little spin move inside the lane. Puts up a shot. Won't fall. And it's 31. Autry with the rebound. A pass into Wallen. She is wide open. She takes it in and banks it in from the left side. 2 more points for her. 28-25.
And not sure why Lovington hasn't tried to settle things down just a little bit.
And Lovington taking it in. Working it around. They get it to Barund on the right side. She drives the lane, puts up a shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Are they going to call a foul on Salcido?
I think they are.
And, yeah, it's going to be like a little hack foul.
Yeah, they're going to get her on the bump on the rebound.
All right, so actually they call that on 24. That is Salcido. All right,
Erlen's
so
fourth.
That's her third.
Yeah, her third.
And Texico with the ball.
I don't know where I got the 4 there. Maybe it was looking at the 2-4 and looking at 3 fouls and just went to the end.
28-25. Brashears with the ball. Passes it around. Wallen's got it now. Passes it into Brashears. She pulls up a shot, is way short, and Buendia's got the rebound. She drives in coast to coast, puts it up from the left, and 2 more points for her. 28-27. Now Brashears driving, coming in the lane. She goes coast to coast, then can't finish the shot. And Salcido grabs the rebound.
But she slips and slides.
She slides, and they're going to call her for, and I don't think that was an intentional travel. It really was, I think, a slip. So that's going to turn it over to Texico. Texico with a 1-point lead, 4:34 left to play in the third. Okay, and they call
5-second violation.
5-second violation. I thought they were going to call it. Looked like Buendia was thinking there was going to be a foul called on her, and I thought, wow, I didn't think that was a foul. So a turnover by Texico. Lovington with the ball. Buendia's got it. Moves in around the left side. Now moves in like she was going to drive into the lane. Instead passes it back out. Myra Castro into the corner to Aranda. Get to Buendia. Buendia drives into the left side. Puts up the shot from the layup from the left. 2 more points for her. And 29-28. As Brashears has got it, and it looks like Denver City, Texico's coach wants to take a timeout. It's just a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here and say thank you very much to our sponsors: Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Co-op, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, and Devon Energy, plus Nowell Pharmacy. We thank our sponsors, and you're watching and listening to Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and your score is 29-28. It's kind of been a hard-fought battle, pretty close game the whole time. Kind of a seesaw back-and-forth affair, and we have 4:10 left to play in this third quarter. Lovington up by 1. They had to fight for it. They came in to this second half trailing by 3, and now they lead by 1. Out of the timeout.
Yeah, on a 6-2 run to start the quarter. That's not a bad way to start it. But Texico with the ball.
And they'll inbound midcourt. It's Holman getting it into Brashears. Back to Holman on the right side. In the corner to Autry. Back to Brashears. Brashears getting worked on by Malaya Castro, that is. She passes it off to Ortiz, and Ortiz loses the handle on it. Picked up by Olivas, who's going to drive in, gets it to Buendia. Buendia passes to Myra. Myra thinks about, and she just takes that pause, that step, and travels and turns the ball over. She was right at the top of the arc and thought about taking the shot and didn't.
Yeah, so a little hesitation and then decided to pass it off, but she moved the pivot foot, and they'll get you for it every time.
And Brashears with the ball. Hey, she just stops at the top of the arc, pulls up, takes a jumper, and they makes it 31. That's a 3-point shot, 31-29. Texico now with a 2-point lead.
And they do call a foul that time on Autry.
All right, so that's the second foul on Autry.
And they are going to change.
They're going to call the foul away from the ball. And what are they saying?
I don't know if they teed. I think they may have teed her up.
I think so. I don't know
I
if
didn't see that.
I didn't
but
either.
I was looking down at my stat sheet.
I was too. I didn't see or hear anything. I don't know. I mean, it may not have been subtle.
They must have teed her up.
They did
so
because Buendia's at the line all by herself. 31-29, Texico leading in this third quarter. 3:35 left to play, and Buendia will be at the line. She is 0 for 2, but looking to redeem herself right here, and she does as she pops the net. 31-30 now. Got
More
a chance.
importantly, Lovington will get possession after
the free throws. They'll have possession and a chance to tie it up right here, and she does. Two clutch points, free throws by Buendia. And now Lovington will have it mid-court. Malaya Castro will inbound to Buendia. Buendia running the point. Moves outside the arc. Gets to Myra Castro. Myra in the corner to Olivas. Drives in the lane and loses the ball, but it goes off the foot. Oh, nope. They say it goes off of her foot. Last touched by Olivas, and a turnover for Lovington. Give it to Texico. 31-31. We're tied. 3:22 left to play in the third. As Brashears got it, running the point. Gets it over to Ortiz. Ortiz now to Autry in the left corner. Back to Brashears. Now over to Ortiz in the right corner. Ortiz drives in. Gets it to Holman. Holman back to Brashears. Brashears to Wallen in the lane. But she's blocked out, so she passes it off, and then off the leg of Brashears, Olivas has got it. A nice steal as she goes up for the layup and is fouled by Brashears. No good. The basket's no good. I'd like to have seen her take a little more time with that and maybe really try to finish that shot. She knew, you could see that foul coming, but it will put her at the line, and it's going to be a foul against Brashears. That's the third on her. Yeah, just only had 2 written down, but that's her third. Oh, and a roll. Kira.
Take them any way you can get them.
Yeah, Olivas spins it, and it takes its time finding the bottom of the net, but it does. And that's the third point in the game for Olivas. Makes it 32-31. And she can put Lovington up by 2 right here. And that one is up and good as well. So, Lovington actually.
Oh, and they're going to wipe the basket off, and they're going to say a lane violation on Lovington.
And that's not good. Not
well,
good
no,
at all,
I
because
guess, they haven't wiped it off the board yet.
30. Well, it's 32-31. Yeah, they just didn't count it. So you're right. And now a whistle sounds on the inbound of the ball. And what are they going to say?
Well, Coach Bridgeforth is asking for
some clarification on
clarification there.
And they're just going to replay. They're just going to, while they tell him what they were doing and why. Then we'll just replay the inbound.
He's
Texico,
not a happy man right now.
Texico with the ball. They inbound. Holman's got it. Oh, almost stolen away from behind. And, they're going to call the foul. I was hoping. Yeah, I was hoping, actually, that they were just going to call a jump ball. And instead, they call the foul on Buendia. That's a first against her, second team foul in this half against Lovington. Texico with the ball. Moving it around the outside of the arc to Wallen in the right corner, and it is stolen away. And they're going to call that. Now they're going to call the jump ball. Yes, now they call the jump ball. So because that's Myra Castro who got her hand on the ball and followed it all the way down to the floor. The arrow goes to Texico though. It'll be Holman inbounding to Holman. Good tight defense by Lovington, trying to keep him on the perimeter as they pass around. And now Holman takes a 3-point shot. It's way off, and that is Buendia with the rebound. She passes it over to Castro, gets it back, drives the lane, puts up a shot, won't fall, and Autry with the rebound. Texico coming back the other way. Lovington leading by 1. 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Oh, Holman almost travels. And the ball stolen away anyway by Olivas. She takes it. She's going to drive in, but she gets fouled.
Call a charge.
Oh, they're going to call her for the charge.
Wow, I don't know how that was a charge, but
All
okay.
right. So Olivas with her second foul on her.
And the Boo Birds are out in blue.
Yeah, third team foul.
And Chief is asking the same thing I am. It's
Exactly.
like,
It's
how
like-
is that a foul? She was running down the court with her. I guess maybe he signaled charge, but Olivas might have hip checked her or something. And
Maybe it was more of a contact foul than a charge. So Brashears with the ball, running the point for Texico. Brings it up across the timeline, midcourt. Hands it off to Ortiz on the left side. And passes it over to Holman, who has trouble corralling it. It goes into the Texico bench, and that's a turnover by Texico. I've got him for 17.
That's now 21.
I have not been.
But Lovington, again,
good.
still not capitalizing.
That's
Only
right.
2 times have they capitalized in this game.
Buendia with the ball, leaves it off for Olivas. Olivas to Aranda, who drives the lane, uncontested, puts the layup in. 2 points for her, and now Lovington goes up 34-31. Here comes Texico. Brashears running the point. Right at the top of the arc to Wallen on the left side. Wallen passes it in and stolen away as Aranda with a nice steal drives in. Oh, and
Texico almost steals it right back.
Almost, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Texico. So it'll be Buendia to inbound right to the left of the Lovington basket. She will look for someone open out to Aranda. Aranda drives in, passes back to Myra Castro. Myra looking for room, leaves it off for Aranda, then to Buendia. She drives in, puts up the little shot from the right, and the bucket. Count the bucket, and she's fouled. Nice little sky hook from the right side for Buendia. 2 more points for her, puts Lovington up 36-31, and she is fouled by number 25, Wallen. And that's the first foul on Wallen, 3rd team foul, and it'll put Buendia at the line. It was a shooting foul, of course, so. And it's Wallen
to go for 3
and
the old-fashioned way.
Maddie Tidenberg in for Texico now in the blocks on the right side. Also in Aranda and Myra Castro in the backcourt for Lovington. Olivas and Castro in the blocks. Oh, nice shot as Buendia sinks it, makes it 37-31.
6-point lead, the biggest of the game for either team here.
And that's going to be Tidenberg inbounding underneath the Lovington basket for Texico. And we have some cleanup on the floor.
Clean up aisle 3.
Yeah, right in front of the, on the floor, really.
Pretty much in front of the Stray Cats
yeah, in
over there.
front of the band, the pep band. It's not on the playing floor, but still, the girls are over there when they inbound, so it can be slippery. Texico inbounds, and then I think steps on the line. I think Holman stepped on the line, stepped out of bounds. So turnover.
And that's number 23.
Number 23 now.
And Lovington will take it in their offensive zone.
You
Good
bet.
defensive play there by Buendia.
And Buendia brings it in, gets it in. They pass it around. They get it back to Buendia. She knocks it over to Malaya Castro, takes a 3-point shot. Castro gets her own rebound, passes it off, then gets the pass back and kicks it out to Olivas outside the arc, top of the arc. Back to Aranda. Olivas drives in, gets it to Malaya Castro. Malaya now drives in, leaves it off for Myra. Myra gets it to Buendia. She pulls up, thinks about the 3, takes it kind of out of position, I think. No good. Holman with the rebound. And she brings it down the court, driving in the right side. Oh, and she bombs it. Yep, and turnover. Everybody saw that one. So 24th turnover for Texico. 37-31 your score. 15 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Lovington with the lead. Buendia with the ball, running the point. Across center court, top of the arc. She drives in, she kicks it then out to Malay in the left corner. Then she gets it to Aranda. Aranda from the left wing, and she pops a 3, and Lovington goes up 40-31. A last-second desperation attempt from midcourt does not fall, and we're at the end of 3, and Lovington has poured it on, and now they lead 40-31. We'll be back with the 4th and final quarter of this Lovington girls basketball game on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym for Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. And the end of the third quarter, in that third quarter, Lovington came back, did what they needed to do against Texico. They were 3 down at half, but they came back. 40-31 is the score. They've got a 9-point lead. You mentioned at the when it was a 6-point lead, it was the biggest that either team had so far in the game, and now Lovington stretched it out to 9.
Well, and 9 points in the quarter there for Elizabeth Wendia, which gives her 20 on the night. Aubrey Aranda coming up with a big 3 late. That gets her to 10 points on the game, and a 17-point quarter while the defense held the Wolverines to just 5, and that's the difference right now as we go to the fourth.
And Lovington inbounds. Wendia running the point. A pass over to the left side. Malaya Castro works it back to Wendia on the right arc. A pass in the lane to Olivas, and Olivas was in a perfect spot. Tried to put up the shot. It got blocked away by Autry. Because I think that was more of a block than a rebound. That shot did not go very far. So Brashears has it for Texico. Gets it to Holman on the right side. Back to Brashears on the left side. She tries a 3-point shot. Won't fall, and she is fouled.
So she's going to get another 3-shot foul as they're going to call the pushback on Buendia. Just Elizabeth's second personal, 14 foul on Lovington, but Brashears will get 3 at the line for the second time in this ball game.
And Brashears has only missed 1 at the line tonight.
Well, no, they changed it and say it's going to be on the floor. So
all right, but they had lined up, and so it will be on the floor. Brashears will inbound, and that's a break for Lovington. If they can try to keep them from scoring, Brashears takes another 3-point shot, won't fall. It's tipped away by Wallen, but controlled by Malaya Castro. Castro leaves it off for Buendia. Buendia pulls up outside the arc from the left side and shoots and scores. And another 3 for Buendia. Makes it, nope, they're just going to say 2.
Must have been right on the line.
43-31. Yeah, it was a 3.
I wish Coach McCraw would make up his mind down there.
Texico with the ball. A shot is up. Holman is fouled.
They're going to call that on Olivas, her 4th personal, 5th team foul. So Holman at the line, her first trip to the stripe.
Yeah, it's Maya Holman, number 10. There's another Holman, Desiree, in the lineup as well. Maya with 2 points and a couple of rebounds in this one makes it 3 points. So 43-32 your score now. Lovington with an 11-point lead. 6:53 left to play in the game here. This has been a good game to watch. It's been back and forth, pretty exciting. Some mistakes on both sides, but some steals, some turnovers, steals, some sparks. And that one is up and no good. There was a whistle sound, so we have a lane violation?
Lane violation, yep.
All right, lane violation by Texico, though. So that will turn the ball over to Lovington. It's going to be Buendia who will pick it up right at midcourt, take it across the line, getting worked on by Holman. Passes to Castro. Castro over to Barunda to Aranda, and Aranda out to Malaya Castro, and she pops one from the left corner, and that's a 3 as Malaya Castro with her first tray of the game. Where has she been? She's had some rebounding, but she hasn't had scoring until now for the Lady Cats, and that's a good time to find the bottom of the net in a 3. 46-32 as Lovington stretching this out. 6:34 left to play. Brashears has got it, running the point. Actually, that is Holman, Desiree, running the point. Now to Brashears. Brashears looking for room. Gets it to Wallen, then Wallen over to Autry, and Autry puts it in. It bounces out. Fight for the rebound, and Myra Castro has it. Castro leaves it off for Buendia. So nice rebounding there. Lovington has done better in the rebounding department in the second half. Buendia getting worked on by Holman. Leaves it off from Malaya Castro. Malaya to Myra. Whoa. Almost loses it out of bounds. Gets it back over to Buendia. She puts up another three-point attempt. Won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. I think that was a clean, fair fight for it, but it was last touched, they say, by Texico.
Yeah, I think Autry got the last hand on it. They were trying to get position on it, and Texico not able to hang on to it back into the hands of the Cats.
Buendia inbounds it. Oh, and then a little sloppy passing by Lovington is going to turn it right back over. So Lovington, even though they've stretched out the lead, they've got to still take care of the basketball. Texico has it. They give it to Holman. Holman's going to run the point, bring it across the timeline, leave it off for Brashears. Brashears passes it to Holman. Holman back to Brashears. She puts up a shot, three-point attempt from the right wing. Won't fall. Fight for the rebound, and Barunda's got it. Good rebound for her. And now Lovington has it, and that is Buendia. Oh, a pass into Aranda goes in and out of her hands, and Wallen takes it away. They bring it down the other side as number 10 Holman is dribbling, and they're going to call reach foul on Lovington.
So and that'll be the 16 foul on Lovington.
And that's going to be on Aubrey Aranda. That's her second foul, and 16 foul, as you said, TJ. And a timeout is taken, I think, is his chief taking this one, Chief Bridgeforth. It's a 60. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Girls Basketball from Wildcat Gym on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. And the Lovington girls, after a very close, tight game, have finally stretched things out in this fourth quarter. It's 46-32, a 14-point lead now. Lovington was ahead after the end of the first, 18-16. They trailed by 3 points at half. They came back, had a heck of a good third quarter, and led 40-31. Now in 5:16 left to play in the game, and they're up by 14 points. But that can disappear pretty fast. They've still got work to do to maintain this lead. Texico with the ball, passing it around. Right outside the arc, Holman's got it. Gets it to Brashears. Brashears over to Holman in the left wing. She puts up a three, and it finds nothing but nets. It's just a two. Her foot was on the line. So Holman, that was Desiree Holman or Maya Holman? I think that was Maya.
Maya, number 10.
Maya with just a 2-point, 46-34. Lovington with the ball. Buendia's got it. She's going to move around the left outside the arc. Leaves it off from Malaya Castro. Malaya to Aranda. Aranda. She drives the lane, puts up a shot from the right side. Nice little layup. And that is
12 points now for Aubrey.
And two more points. And that's going to make it 48-34. Texico going the other way. They come down, and the ball's knocked out by Lovington. It'll stay Texico ball. Brashears will inbound just to the left of their own basket. Brashears, gets it out. Kind of a bad pass, really high. Goes off the hands of Holman, and it'll be a turnover.
Yeah, it's the 25th of the ball game for Texico.
And that'll be Lovington girls basketball. Maya Castro inbounds to Aranda. Aranda works across the timeline, back to Maya. Maya drives the lane, trying to pass over to Barunda, and it's stolen away. And Brashears has got it, so the teams trade turnovers. They get it into the right corner, and Myra Castro with some good hustle, trying for it. It'll stay Texico basketball, though. It'll be Brashears inbounding just to the right of their own basket. Gets it to Holman. Holman bounce pass to Holman. And then they're going to call a foul, a reach foul. I think Malaya Castro got her on the arm.
Yeah, they're actually going to whistle that one on Buendia.
Buendia.
So her third personal 7th team foul, and so that will put the Lady Wolverines in the bonus for the last 4:14 of this ball game.
40,
so they'll be shooting free throws from here on out.
48-34, still a 14-point lead by Lovington, but it does give Texico a chance to eat into that lead quite a bit. And both teams capable of shooting the threes, so that lead can disappear quickly. 4:14's a lot of time left on the clock to play. That is going to send Holman to the line. Eyes it, skies it, puts it up, and no good. But Wallen grabs the rebounds, skies way up for it, passes it over. Autry's got on the right side. It's tipped as she puts it up. I didn't see who got a hand on the ball.
That was
Barunda, good defensive move there, and makes it to Lovington's basketball. It's 26th. Now Barunda working around the outside of the arc. Lovington can take a little time as long as they take care of the basketball. They're not really pressured to really shoot, but they will if they get position. And Aranda finds room to drive the lane on the right side, puts one up, doesn't fall, but she is fouled. And we'll see who they call that on. I think Wallen, we'll see.
Yeah, I think they're actually going to call the push on Holman, Desiree Holman.
All right, Desiree Holman. So that's her second foul. Fourth team foul on Texico. It puts Aranda at the line, and this is her first trip to the line tonight. She's got
12 points.
Yeah, 12 points in the game. Oh, and that falls. Very nice.
Now 13.
So Aranda have another chance. Increase that. Lovington leads 49-34 now. And second one is up. Oh, and it looked like it might roll out, but she got it to drop. 50-34, your score. Texico with the ball, quickly passing it down. Brashears has got it outside the arc, right side. She drives. Looks like she's going to drive across the baseline, but she pulls up, passes it out to the top of the arc to Holman. Holman sends it over to the other Holman, who's not ready, and loses the handle on the ball.
And Lovington has done a very nice job in this second half of shutting down Caitlin Brashear. She had 19 points through 3 quarters and 16 through the first half, and timeout by Coach Cook as she wants to talk to her squad about it. But yeah, good job by Lovington to hold Brashears, who's really the offensive force for Texico, to just 3 points thus far in the second half.
And we'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym for Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. With just a few minutes left to play in this game, Lovington has stretched it out in that fourth quarter. They were up by 9 at the beginning of this fourth quarter, and now it's 50-34, a 16-point lead for them. As Texico came to play, and they really hung with Lady Cats for much of this game. But Lovington, as you said, made some good adjustments at halftime, and they've done a nice job of really containing their big scorer, Caitlin Brashears. Lovington inbounding to Buendia, who takes it all the way on the left side. She puts up a layup, an easy one, should have been, doesn't fall, but she does draw the foul. So we'll see who they call that on. They're going to call that on, 31 on Autry, and that's going to be, her fourth foul? I've got it down as 3. Yeah, third foul, fifth team foul on Texico, and Buendia will go to the line. And she has not missed. She has 2 misses at the free throw, but
not in the second half.
Nope, not in the second half, and she sinks that one as well. Makes it 51-34, and that's Autry coming out for Texico, and going in was 20 Caden Smith.
Yep,
Caden Smith. She's in the blocks on the right side. Wallen on the blocks on the left side for Texico to rebound. Oh, and a nice one from Buendia. She sinks that one as well. 52-34.
25 for Buendia.
And a pass quickly down on the right side for Texico. It goes out of bounds. A good hustle by Barunda. She was trying to get it and last touched. So Texico ball, it stays. As they pass around the outside of the arc. Holman over to Brashears on the left side. Brashears, she almost loses it, corrals it. Back to Holman, top of the arc. She decides to drive the lane, puts up a jumper, won't fall. It's hard. There's a fight for the rebound underneath the basket, and eventually it's taken away, stolen away by Malaya Castro. Castro sends it down to Barunda. Barunda buries one from the left wing.
And
3 points.
That puts her in double digits now with 10. 3 Lady Cats with more than 10.
55-34 your score. Texico's Brashear got it. Bounce pass back to Brashear's top of the arc. Oh, no, to Holman, that is. That's been Holman, and she travels. Yep, and that's going to be turnover number 29.
I've only got 28.
Okay, 28 for Texico. And give it back to Lovington. 2:34 left to play as the crowd beginning to gather. The Lovington boys play against Texico after this one, and we have lots of company up here in the mezz as well. Ooh, quick inbound, a little pass to Brashears.
Stolen away by Brashears.
Yeah, and Brashears heads down and puts up the basket. Now Lovington thundering down the court the other way. It's Buendia, puts up the little left hook, and 2 more points for her. Coming the other way is Brashears. Fast break, fast pace. Brashears puts up the 3. It won't fall. And a nice rebound. Barunda skies for that one.
And then gets it knocked away, but it stays in Lovington's hands.
2 minutes, 7 seconds left to play in this one. 57-36, 21-point lead by Lovington. They will win this one.
Then improved to 9-7 on the season.
Aranda will inbound for Lovington, getting worked on by Wallen. Getting guarded by Wallen, but she makes it in. Barunda takes it. She's going to drive down the court, left side, pull up midcourt. Oh, and try to get away from double teaming, and they're going to call a trip foul, I think, on Sowers.
Yeah, it will be on Sowers.
It will be on Sowers. First foul on her, but it's the 6th team foul for on Texico in the second half.
So
it'll be on the floor.
Yeah, next we'll put Lovington in the bonus, though. 2 minutes exactly remaining in the game.
Ashlyn Barunda to inbound right in front of the pep band. That's Barunda with the ball. Oh, butterfingers as Audrey Alexander, a senior in the game, and so is Abigail Schaus. Alexander got it to Schaus, then Schaus traveled in the lane. Turnover, and that turnover is number 20 for Lovington. Texico with the ball. 57-36. Your score now, Lovington leading. Texico passing outside the arc. Brashears has got it. Buendia on her. Pass it over to Smith on the left wing. Back to Brashears. Top of the arc. Alexander on her. Brashears is going to turn around, spin, drive the lane, put up a shot. Air ball, and Barunda with the rebound. Barunda gets it to Buendia. Buendia will run the point left side, getting worked on by Smith. Buendia with behind the back work, gets away from her and ends up on the floor, and the ball is loose. What are they going to say? Are they going to say she traveled? Nope, they're going to say jump ball. I think that's probably kind, I guess. But
it will be a turnover for Lovington.
The arrow goes the way of Texico. 21 turnovers for Lovington. Getting a little bit sloppy in these desperate minutes. With a few bench players coming in as well on both sides. Texico with the ball. Crow in the game now. Leaves it off Ortiz. Ortiz getting worked on by Alexander. Gets it to Tidenberg. Back to Ortiz. Back to Tidenberg. Out to Smith. Over to Sowers. Sowers going to work in, put up a shot. Not a serious shot, but her arms are up in the air, but they will call a floor foul against, what are they going to call that?
I actually thought they're going to say travel.
Okay, they're going to say travel and give it to Lovington. So that is turnover, and that's turnover, 29?
That's 29.
Yep. Just 43 seconds left to play. Buendia picks up the ball, drives to the left, kicks it out to Barunda. Barunda takes a shot at 3, doesn't fall, but that's going to be Greben in the game for the first time, who gets the rebound. Greben in for Lovington, and away from the ball, Schaus goes down hard to the court.
Schaus and Sowers battling underneath, and they're going
to call that on, actually,
on Barunda.
No, they're going to call it on Schaus.
On Schaus, okay.
So her first foul, 8th team foul on Lovington. So that's going to put Sowers at the line. Her first trip to the line tonight. 57-36 your score. Just 32 seconds left to play in this one. Well, the Lovington-Texico boys game will follow. And that's up and good by Sowers, who's on the board with a point. Makes it 57-37. She eyes it, skies it, and nothing but net. So 2 points from the line for her. Makes it 57-38. Buendia with the ball. She's going to come across the timeline. Worked on by Smith. She works it around the left side, leaves it off for Barunda. Barunda passes to Salcido on the right side, or rather Greben. She puts up a shot, won't fall, and the rebound is going to be by Tidenberg. Smith got it and gave it to Tidenberg. And stolen away. Schaus has got it. Schaus turns the ball over to Buendia. And they're going to say a foul is going to be called on number 22 on Smith. That's going to be her first one. That's the 7th team foul, though. It's going to put Buendia at the line for the bonus.
He'll put the exclamation point on this one. Buendia with 27.
Amazing.
4 seconds to go in the ball game. Just kind of the cherry on top of the 20-some-odd point win.
Yep, this one's almost over. Buendia sinks it. And she'll have another. You've got Tidenberg and Crow in the blocks for Texico rebounding. It's Schaus and Barunda just behind them in the blocks for Lovington. Buendia's second one up and good. So 58-38 now, 59-38 rather. And the game is over. Texaco trying for the last shot. No good. 59-38 your final. Lovington over Texico. We'll be back with a quick wrap-up, a Nowell Pharmacy post-game show here at Wildcat Gym. This is Lovington Girls Basketball. Lovington Girls just winning on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcacnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym as the Lovington girls have just beaten Dexter 59-38 final score on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. This is your Now Pharmacy postgame show. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. We're going to run down the scoring. First of all, Lovington led 18-16 in the after the first quarter. They trailed 26-23 at half. They led 40-31 at the end of the third, and the final score was 59-38. For Texico, and correct me if I'm wrong, we haven't checked these numbers on the Texico girls. I've got your leading scorer as Caitlin Brashears with 18 points. 21 points. I missed a 3. 21 points and 4 rebounds for her?
Yes.
Okay. And then we have 6.
Emma Whalen was 6.
Yeah, Emma Whalen was 6 points. I've got 7 rebounds.
Yes.
And a steal. Autry with 4 points, 6 rebounds.
Yes.
Maya Holman with 4 points, 2 rebounds. Desiree Holman with 1 rebound, Sowers with 2 points, and Candace Caden Smith with 1 rebound. For Lovington, leading scorer, 29 points for Elizabeth Buendia, 1 rebound to go with that, and a couple of steals. Also, you've got 10 points from Ashlyn Barunda, 4 rebounds and a steal. You have Aubrey Aranda with 14 points, 2 rebounds. You have Malaya Castro with 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. Myra Castro with 3 rebounds. Carly Griepin with a rebound. You've got Erlyn Salcido with 5 rebounds and a steal. Kira Olivas with 3 points, a rebound, and a steal. And Abigail Schaus with a steal. I've got 29 turnovers for Texico and 30. Okay, that ended up being 30. I've 30 turnovers for Texico, and I've got 21 for Lovington. They ended up with the 21 turnovers. And the rest of the stats, you've got it, TJ Miracle.
Well, from the free throw line, Lovington goes 12 of 15, so pretty good percentage there. 20 rebounds total in the game for the Lady Cats. For Texico, they go 10 of 16 from the line, and they also finish with 20 rebounds in the ball game.
Okay. So that pretty much wraps things up. Next up for Texico, they're going to be playing against Portales at home on Tuesday the 17th. They'll start their district on the 26th. Lovington, next up, is a game tomorrow on the road to play at Clovis. The Lovington girls will be playing at 5:30. And, of course, they will start district on the 27th against Artesia right here at Wildcat Gym. So a nice win. It was a close game, and closer really for most of that game until really the fourth quarter than that 59-38 score would indicate, TJ.
Well, it certainly was, and so a good win for the Lady Cats. We'll see how they do against Clovis tomorrow. Our next broadcast for them will be next week, and we've got the boys coming up in a few minutes.
That's right. So the Lovington girls now 9-7 on the season. Congratulations to Coach Bridgeforth and the Lovington girls, and good luck in their next game. So we will be back in just a few minutes. We'll switch places as TJ Miracle will have the call on the Lovington boys game. They are doing a senior night in recognition right now with several seniors on the boys team. For Lovington, Diego Garcia, Hector Bonilla, Ishmael Martinez, Adam Sanchez, Oscar Galindo, and Ezekiel Guzman are the seniors who are being honored, and we'll recognize them as well. And now we'll take our break and be back with Lovington boys basketball right here from Wildcat Gym on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Man Welding, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, Now Pharmacy, and Stone Oilfield Services. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Alongside Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us on senior night here at Wildcat Gym. So the seniors already celebrating one victory. The girls getting a big win against Texico just a few minutes ago right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Now it's the boys' turn.
Right. Girls were victorious 59-38, and it really was a much closer game than that, especially the first half. Lovington ended up stretching it out. But now the Lovington boys have a chance to improve their record. They come into this one 8-7, so they could certainly go up a little bit more than, they're a little bit better than 50-50 right now in the season, and they're looking to kind of stretch that out as well. But they will have to, take this one very seriously against Texico High School because they're a salty team. They come in at 10-5, ranked 4th in 2A in New Mexico.
Yeah, they're going to be a very salty test tonight for the Wildcats, who have been a little bit up and down this season. Of course, last weekend when we saw them over at the North-South Shootout, they went 1-2 in that tournament, losing in the first round to Belen, and then, they beat Belen in the second round. They lost the first round to Taos, and then losing in pretty much runaway fashion to Los Alamos, too. And had an opportunity to talk to Coach Casey Pack after that game just a little bit. And he was like, "Man, we're struggling right now. We're still kind of looking for the spark. We don't have it yet. Don't have a lot of experience. We're still trying to get it, but we're looking for that spark. A lot of times their spark has come out as Adric Betancourt this season, but Betancourt has actually been playing with an injured foot for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and so they've had a little bit of problem keeping him on the court. So for the boys, they're going to need somebody else to step up. Earlier this week, the boys went to Carlsbad and had a pretty forgettable game in that one. So, looking to bounce back tonight and get a couple of games over 500.
Yeah, the Lovington boys lost to Carlsbad. Of course, Lovington 4A, Carlsbad 5A. You might expect that, but it was a rough game. 64-27 was the final score there. Of course, next up for Lovington after tonight will be at Ruidoso on Tuesday the 17th, and the Lovington boys will start district on Friday the 27th versus Artesia here at Wildcat Gym. That will be a double bill that night, of course. Lovington girls first, then Lovington boys second, just like tonight, TJ.
Yes, it is, and both of those games will be available right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com. We are also doing a bit of an experiment tonight as well. We're streaming on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page too. So,
all right.
So just more ways for you to watch the Lovington Wildcats.
A lot of different platforms. I mean, we've had the YouTube channels going, showing you teams from Lee County now for what, 3 or 4 years? About 3 years. So that's not something new for us. The YouTube, we've been utilizing the YouTube platform for a while. Also using HobbsAmerica.com, using the station streams at times, some of the sports, football particularly, on the radio as well. And now, Facebook. So just trying to put that product out there in as many places as possible so that those who are interested can watch either in real time or later on coming back in and checking out the video.
Well, and it's, just trying to make it as easy as we can for you to follow your favorite teams. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats, and proud to bring you this game. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the starters. This is Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services. The team's continuing their warm-ups tonight as Texico comes in at 10-5 on the season. Lovington at 8-7. Lovington looking to get back on the winning track after kind of an up-and-down weekend last weekend, and then having trouble against Carlsbad. Nothing, no shame in getting beat by Carlsbad. It was actually earlier this week working on some other stuff behind the scenes, and wound up talking to Bruce Carver, former athletic director at Hobbs and at Eunice, for about 15-20 minutes about something completely unrelated. And he said, man, what do you think about Carlsbad? I'm like, well, I heard they were good. And he's like, yeah, they're going to kill people.
Wow.
And when Carver says that, you kind of go,
you
okay.
gotta pay attention. Yeah, Lovington is ranked 20th in 4A right now under head coach Casey Peck. And into this game, I noticed that they do have some of their stats online. Julian Arroyo is the leading scorer for Lovington, at least averaging 14.7 points per game. Also Arroyo with 2.5 assists per game and 0.3 blocks per game. Zadrick Betancourt leading in steals, 3.3 per game. And Kale Covington leading in rebounds, 7.2 per game, and leading in free throw percentage at 53.
So free throw percentage is, I know, something they've been working on. They've been hovering as a team under 50% for the season. And, you can leave a lot of points on the board when you're not making those free throws, when you have a chance to do it with nobody guarding,
Yeah.
And so they've got to work on converting that. I do not have the starters yet for Texico, but your starting 5 for the Cats tonight will be number 3, Julian Arroyo, number 4, Wyatt Gomez, number 5, Zadrick Betancourt, number 11, DeMarcus Thompson, and number 12, Micah Pondo. So some guys coming off the bench that they're going to need production from tonight who have seen significant time this season: Diego Garcia, Hector Bonilla, Adam Sanchez, Adam Marquez, and on Dallas Cardenas. And you mentioned Cale Covington, too. Cardenas has been starting, so he's not getting the nod tonight. But Arroyo, Gomez, Betancourt, Thompson, and Pondo will get the start. But they're going to need bench production tonight as well. We will get to the Texico starters as soon as they let us know.
Right.
And I do want to say thank you to Coach Stephen McCraw for sending us up the lineups for the girls and the boys.
And any changes that take place. And sometimes there are those. Number 1 for Texico is Max Villarreal. 4 is Troy Calloway. 5, Dalton Kane. 10, Remington Hunt. What a name. That's interesting. That's a made-up name, right? That's a hero's name, right? Number 12 is John Parks. Number 13, Cade Figg. Number 14, Edgar Mendoza. Number 20, Kyle Gonser. Number 21, Smith Tay. Number 21,
21 I think is Tay Smith.
I believe 21 is Tay Smith. Yeah, they've got that.
And we need to take a timeout
lines.
for the national anthem.
Oh,
so we'll come back.
Do this twice tonight.
And we are. So we'll be back. This is Wildcat Basketball.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page tonight. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you along as the Texico Wolverines have been introduced. Their starting five tonight will be number 1, Max Villarreal, number 13, Cade Figg, number 20, Kyle Gonser, number 21, Tay Smith, and number 22, Alex Fuentes. Now, if you are a Lee County sports fan, some of these names probably sound familiar because, well, these are the same kids who played Jowl in the 2A title game that you called about 8 weeks ago now.
Right. Number 23 is Javon Askew. Number 30, Aiden Carey. Number 41, Maverick Hawkins. Of course, we left off with Tay Smith and then Alex Fuentes, 2 of the starters on the roster as well.
All right, so getting ready for the start of this one. The Wolverines are in the road greens with white letters and numbers, Wolverines across the chest. Lovington in the home whites with the blue letters and numbers and cats in script across the front. So a big crowd tonight here at Wildcat Gym. And I want to say this is only the second home game for the boys this season. So it's been a while since we've seen the Wildcat boys here at the friendly confines. Of course, they'll have a home game next week against Clovis. I wonder how that happened. We get Clovis here twice this year.
Yeah.
They will be honoring the 1983 championship team.
Okay.
So they'll be honoring the 40th anniversary of that squad next Friday night.
Well, it's a pretty full gym. We've got full stands on the bottom. They haven't opened up the top here on our side of the mezz. The other side is not used for bleachers anymore. It's a training area, a weight area. But yes, a pretty full crowd. We've got the Stray Cats, the pep band playing, and all of the bells and whistles tonight on senior night here at Wildcat Gym. And
one change is Askew will be in the game. He will actually take the jump against DeMarcus Thompson. So let's see, 123. All right, it's 21 Tay Smith, who they've removed from the starting lineup.
Okay.
So Askew will take the jump against DeMarcus Thompson, and we are ready to go. Wildcat basketball tonight here from Lovington. So the officials are given the final instructions, ready for the jump, and we are underway. And off the opening tip, it'll be controlled by Texico, and a quick feed and a break and a shot up, no good. And just like that, out of bounds, but last touched by Bentoncourt. It'll stay Texico basketball. They moved very quickly. Askew to inbound from right of his own bucket, tosses it in, gets the fastball in, and the roll won't go by Gonser, and the rebound will be brought down by Arroyo. Julian will keep it himself, brings it up the near side, tosses it over, left corner, 3 on the way for Pondo, and it is off the mark. Fight for the rebound, Bettencourt gets everybody away from it, and will take it away from Figg. It'll stay Lovington basketball. Settling things down just a little bit, Arroyo back to Zadrick. He'll cycle it, works against Fig, takes it to the right, blocks, tosses it over to Pondo, deep left corner, Arroyo for three, and in and out. And Askew with the rebound. Coming back down the other way are the Wolverines. Askew will bring it across the timeline, takes it far side. He'll toss it into the corner for Fuentes. Back to Askew, NBA 3, top of the arc. It is too hard, and it'll be Arroyo with his second board of the ball game. Julian takes it coast to coast, but loses it off of his foot. It'll go out of bounds, but touched by Fuentes last. It'll stay Lovington basketball.
Wow, 4 shots and no score for Texico, and Lovington's taken a shot and a miss. So no scoring yet.
And
5
the
looks
inbound
at
will
the
come
basket.
from Wyatt Gomez, and it is too hard out of the hands of Betancourt, but saved by Pondo into the hands of Zadrick. So it'll stay Lovington basketball. Disaster averted early. 1 minute gone in this one. Thompson to the left wing, gives it to Arroyo, then sets a little pick for him. He'll take it, moves through the lane, puts up a shot, and it is in and out, but he should be going to the line for 2. Hard fighting inside, and the push foul going to be called on Villarreal. His first personal, first team foul. And Arroyo at the line trying to break the stalemate here early. Julian only about a 50-50 shot at the line. They're going to try and put Lovington up early. He'll bend the knees and put up the first and gets the roll over the front of the iron, and Lovington has broken the ice. They lead 1-0. So Arroyo makes the first, Eli the second. Puts the toe of the black Nikes right on the line. Spins the ball, takes the deep breath. Puts up the second, and that one is going to be too hard off the front of the iron, and it'll be Fig with the rebound. Back down come the Wolverines. Bounce pass right into the hands of Betancourt. Zadrick brings it coast to coast and lays it over the front of the iron and in. Lovington now up 3-0. Off of the steal, Askew into the deep corner, driving it in on the base as Villarreal puts up the circus shot. It won't fall, and Betancourt rips down the rebound. Leaves it off in the backcourt for Arroyo as Julian will bring it to the front court. Just a little bounce in front of the student section to Betancourt. Betancourt will drive from there, puts up a shot, no good, off the bottom of the iron, but he's fouled by number 20, Gonser. That'll be his first personal, second team foul, and Betancourt will head to the line for 2. Betancourt not playing like his foot's hurting.
Nope, he definitely has been hustling, fighting for the ball, going for the hoop. Yep.
Betancourt's first one is up, and it is too hard off the back of the iron. Again, we talked about it in the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Really, that's kind of been one of the weaknesses of Lovington's game. They are under 50% as a team from the free throw line. Betancourt missed the first, but makes the second, and Lovington on a little 4-0 run here to start the ball game. Askew will get the inbound from Fig, brings it across the Wildcat into the offensive zone for the Wolverines. Into the corner for Fuentes. He gets a little screen from Gonser, and he'll drive to the rack and put it up, and he gets the bucket to fall, and he's fouled. He'll go for 3 the old-fashioned way. So count the bucket, and the block going to be called on Arroyo, his first personal, first team foul. And now Texico at the line for the and one in the form of Gonser.
Texico shooting 0 for 5 from the floor.
Gonser, his and one is up. It's no good, and off the tip, it'll be Betancourt with his third rebound. Leaves it in the backcourt, full court pressure on. Arroyo needs some help, uses up the dribble in front of the Stray Cats, has to throw the Hail Mary down to Gomez. Wyatt gives it off to Thompson, left lane, and scoop it up and in.
Lovington is shooting 3 of 5 from the floor.
DeMarcus Thompson with his first bucket of the ball game. Down comes the Wolverines. Askew on the near side. Arroyo giving him a little bit of space. 5.5 to go here in the first. Lovington up 6-2. Pass too hard to the far corner. Villarreal can't corral it, and it'll go into the stands. Second turnover for Texico and give it back to Lovington. 5.5 remaining first quarter. Lovington up 6-2 early. Checking into the ball game will be Oscar Galindo. He'll come in for, that's Aiden Carey in for Max Villarreal. I was looking at the wrong score sheet. Going to start doing these in different colors. Thompson under the pressure, gets it to Betancourt, who bounces it right into the hands of Fuentes. He'll bring it coast to coast, tries to leave it off for Askew. He can't handle it, takes it to the deep left corner. Now they'll cycle it around, top of the arc. Fig for 3, and it is too hard. And the rebound off the tip into the hands of Pondo.
0 for 7 shooting.
Underneath to Gomez off the right glass and in. Gomez, Wyatt finding a little bit of space and puts it in. Now 8-2 in favor of the Wildcats. So the Wildcats playing with the spark and intensity that Coach Casey Pack said they needed after the Artesia tournament. Off of the foot of Fuentes. He saves it to Fig. He will knock over Arroyo, and they're going to whistle Arroyo for the block. Julian arguing a little bit, so is Coach Pack. I think his feet were still sliding, but that's 2 quick fouls picked up by Arroyo. His second personal, second team foul. He's got to be careful not to get in foul trouble. As Coach Pack going, come on, man. Askew will get it in, gets it into Fig, who put it up off the right glass and in. Cade Fig, his first bucket of the ball game, makes it 8-4.
5 of 7 shooting for Lovington in the game.
Throw the fastball into Pondo. They'll get it to Arroyo. Tries to split 2 Wolverines, thinks better of it. To Betancourt, right wing for 3. That one off the mark. Into the hands of Thompson. His putback won't go, but he gets his own rebound. Goes in again, and Askew will slap him right in the face. And they are going to whistle Askew, who's arguing about it. His first personal, third team foul. And that'll put Thompson at the line where he'll get to shoot 2. Hard battles on that near side, trying to clean the glass between Thompson and Askew. So at the line, DeMarcus Thompson already with 2 points, trying to stretch out a 4-point Lovington lead, and he'll get the first to go. 9-4 now for the Cats. Not quite halfway through a fast-moving first quarter.
I correct myself, 4 of...
Second one up for DeMarcus, and he gets them both to go.
4 of 6 shooting from the floor for Lovington.
That's a pretty darn good percentage no matter how you look at it. 10-4, the Cats in the lead. Askew drives through the lane, gets stripped out, and it'll go right into the hands of Thompson. Throws the fastball down to Gomez and knocked away by Fuentes. Looked like Wyatt had smooth sailing, but Fuentes playing trailer a little bit, managed to get a hand up and knock it away. It'll stay Cat basketball right of their own bucket.
Just 1 of 8 shooting for Texico so far. They've only sunk 1 basket, the other 2 points on free throws.
Thompson in the left elbow, tosses back out to Arroyo. Little shake and bake move as he works against a man, puts up an NBA 3, no call. The rebound by Gomez, and a foul going to be called on the floor away from the basketball. Wyatt gets the rebound, his first. And they're going to whistle the foul on number 22, Fuentes, his first personal, 4th team foul. So Gomez to inbound again from right of his own bucket on the baseline. Gets it to Betancourt back out on the far sideline. Betancourt will bring it in. Fig will back him out. Gets a little pick set by Gomez, takes it in. Throws the fastball left corner, Arroyo for 3, and bang! Julian Arroyo drains the tray, and the Cats are up 13-4. 3.5 to go. Fig from Askew to the deep left corner. Working it over with Carey. Now back to Askew in front of the Stray Cats. He'll cycle it left to right. Goes into the right, blocks, falls to the floor, and they will whistle the travel. And that'll be the 4th turnover for the Wolverines. Back into the hands of the Cats.
Those turnovers really being forced by good, tight defense by Lovington.
DeMarcus will inbound it to Julian. A little backcourt pressure for the Wolverines. Back to Thompson. They collapse in on him. Julian will get it, uses up the dribble, tosses to Thompson. They'll cross the timeline. Gets it back. Arroyo, fastball underneath to a wide open Gomez, and Wyatt lays it up and in. Makes it 15-4 in favor of the Wildcats, and timeout taken by Coach Craig Cook for the Wolverines. 3:03 to go in the first, just a 30. We'll keep it right here. Remind you, you're watching and listening on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Tell your family and friends too. Remember, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. It's not coming from the stations, not coming from the sponsors. It is coming out of my pocket. So let's get to 1,000 subscribers, and then somebody gets $100 of my money. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight. Wildcats and the Wolverines. I think maybe the Wildcats tonight liking the home cooking because they hadn't been here in basically forever.
Yeah, it feels good to have, a full gym, lots of support for you in your home place, your pep band, rooting. You've had lots of parents here.
We literally have not
night.
had a home game since December the 9th.
Wow.
It has been over a month since we've been home.
Texico with some shooting woes. They're only 1 of 9 so far.
As Fig will inbound it to Fuentes. Now Lovington with the full court pressure. As it'll come to Carey. He'll toss it over into the deep right corner for Callaway, and he'll put it up from about 12. So Troy Callaway off of the bench buries the shot. Lovington still up by 9, 15-6, 2:40 to go here in the first. Arroyo uses up the dribble to Pondo, back to Julian, just in front of the big Cat. He'll take it to the free throw line. A little push shot from 15 and gets the teardrop floater to fall. Arroyo now with 6 points in the ball game. It's 17-6. Full court presses on. Arroyo will pick the pocket of Fig and up and in.
Beautiful.
5th turnover for the Wolverines, and the Cats cash in 19-6. Back to Fig, who uses up the dribble off the inbound to Fuentes, and it is stolen away by Betancourt. Zadrick goes in, gets bumped, no call, big contact, goes out of bounds, and should still be Lovington basketball. Shuttle service now coming in for Coach Cook.
Wow, he changes out
He's
all
changing
5
everybody.
of his players.
I think he's looking for the spark, too. 19-6, Lovington basketball. Cats in the lead, 2:11 to go in the first. Gomez looks to get it in and does right at the 5 count. Pondo between the rings as he'll direct traffic, toss it out to Betancourt, who works against Smith. Gets a little pick from Gomez. Betancourt will take it to the right base, throws the fastball into the middle, gets it to Thompson, who puts up the little rear push shot, gets his own rebound. It's controlled and back up and in for DeMarcus.
Good move.
His 3rd board is 6 point, now 21-6. On the inbound, and a foul going to be called. It comes into John Parks. Betancourt was on him, and they're going to whistle Julian for the foul, Betancourt. His first personal, 3rd team foul on the Wildcats.
And that's it's 21-6 right now. Lovington really pouring it on. 1:48 left to play in this first quarter.
Parks will inbound it to Callaway. With pressure in the backcourt, they'll get it back to Parks. Uses up the dribble, tossing it out to Kane. Kane looking for some room, no room there. Back to Villarreal, a bounce pass knocked away by Betancourt in front of the band on the far side. So Lovington is keeping the defensive pressure up 21-6. 94 seconds remaining here in the first. Fuentes will check back in for Parks.
I tell you, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2 of 10 shooting. 3 of 10 shooting. Nope, just 2 of 10 shooting.
Inbound, and it'll be almost stolen away. Somehow Callaway will save it. He works near side against Bonilla, getting it into the big boy Smith, who takes it to the right glass. His shot is up, no good. And Marquez with the rebound for the Wildcats. Marquez, Bonilla, Cardenas, Thompson for 3, and that one is off the mark and goes out of bounds. And they're going to say last touched by Bonilla. Nope, actually, I think they're going to say last touched instead by Villarreal. So it'll be Lovington basketball. So Bonilla to inbound it from right of the base, right of the bucket on the baseline. Looks to get it in, and he'll get it into Betancourt in front of the student section, far side. And he'll work against Kane. Betancourt directs traffic to Bonilla. Almost gets picked off. Bonilla back with it. It's tipped back into the hands of Betancourt. Underneath to Marquez. High off the glass. No good. And the rebound going to be brought down by Fuentes. His first. Ooh. Almost stolen away. Somehow Smith will save it. Uses up the dribble to Villarreal, who tosses over to Kane. Kane works it back to Villarreal. 18-footer from the left wing is off the mark. Right into the hands of the big boy Smith. And he'll put it up and in. And finally break a little scoring drought for Texico. 21-8, Cats still in the lead. 37 seconds to go here in the first. Betancourt, bounce pass to Cardenas. Dallas goes back to Betancourt. NBA 3 right wing on the way, and that one clinks off the front of the iron, and it'll go out of bounds and back into the hands of the Wolverines. 25.9 to go here in a fast-moving first as Gomez will check back in. Thompson going to take a breather. And so Villarreal tosses into Fuentes. Fuentes working against Betancourt, gets it into the Wolverines' offensive zone. Goes right side, gets a screen from Kane. Bounce on the baseline, out of bounds. That'll be the 7th turnover for the Wolverines. Good pressure for the Cats. Coming into the ball game will be Diego Garcia for Lovington. Garcia, Cardenas, Gomez, Bonilla, and Marquez on the floor for the last 14 seconds of the first. Bonilla to Garcia. Diego with it. Bounce pass back to Cardenas. Throws the fastball inside, and that one is almost stolen away. Somehow Marquez to it. To Cardenas. A little fake. Goes into the lane. Loses the dribble and fights for it. Wyatt will come up with it, and the buzzer will sound on the first quarter. It's been Lovington's game thus far. They lead 21-8. We're back in 60 seconds. This is Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomed you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Back here at Wildcat Gym, getting ready for the start of the second quarter. The Wildcats leading the Wolverines by a score of 21-8. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us as we start the second quarter. Lovington basketball. Starters back on the floor. Pondo from the handoff. We'll give it over to Betancourt. Betancourt back to Arroyo, playing between the rings. Works it to the right side, hands it back to Micah, who runs directly into Kane. Somehow spins out of trouble. He'll just back it up in direct traffic now. Big lead for the Cats, 21-8. Betancourt, the little side sling over into the right corner to Arroyo, who moves it out against Kane. Arroyo just going to stop and hold up and redirect traffic, reset the offense to Betancourt as Fuentes comes out, bounce pass onto the baseline, then trying the high bounce, and that one didn't work too good. Second turnover for the Wildcats here in the ball game. So down comes the Wolverines. Kane for three, and that one will be off the mark, but we're going to have a foul underneath as they're going to call the push foul, I believe, on Smith. It will be on Tay Smith, his first personal, fifth team foul. Lovington in the first quarter went 4 of 6 from the free throw line. They had 11 rebounds to just 4 for Texico. So Arroyo, playing with 2 fouls, directs the offense and gives it off to Betancourt on the far sideline. Bounce out to Pondo, then at the free throw line to Thompson. A little slow bounce. Now Gomez, and that one is going to get bounced by Smith, who steals it away to Lovington. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the start of the second quarter.
Smith is like a mountain out there.
Yes, he is. Trying to get it into Smith. It'll roll on the ground and right into the hands of Zadrick Betancourt. Betancourt to the front court. Gives it off to Arroyo. Gets a little room for 3, and it is in and out. It'll be Fig with the rebound, his second. Holds up and lets Lovington drop back in the defense. 1-3-1 zone. Fig will wind up taking it coast to coast. Puts it in and out, and Betancourt with the board for Zadrick. That'll be his 4th. Arroyo will bring it into the offensive zone. Pulls up from the free throw line. That one is going to be short, but right into the hands of Gomez. His putback won't fall, but he's fouled. Wyatt will head to the line for 2. Gomez with 4 points.
Some cold shooting by both teams to start this second quarter.
Yes, it is.
Texico went 2 of 11. They only made 2 of 11 shots from the floor in that first quarter. Lovington made 10 of 15.
Second foul called on Smith. And so now at the line, it'll be Wyatt Gomez. Gomez, the junior, puts up the first, and it is too hard. Off the back of the rim and no good. So the score remains 21-8. Neither team has yet scored here in this quarter. As Askew will check back into the ball game, as will Villarreal for Texico. Still got the starting 5 on the floor for your Wildcats. Gomez misses the first, puts up the second, and that one is going to be short. Wild fight for the rebound, and Betancourt will wind up with it, his 5th. So Lovington gets a chance to recheck and reset. 2 minutes gone here in the second to Betancourt. Wide open look at 3, doesn't take it. Would have been NBA distance. Now they give it back to him, thinks about it, moves in, and then bounces into the middle, but nobody home and out of bounds. But somehow it went off of the foot of Villarreal, so Lovington will keep it. Anson Marquez will check back in now for Lovington as Gomez will sit down for a few minutes. Marquez can be kind of a spark for this team occasionally. We saw that a lot coming off the bench last year for this team as he throws that one in and right into the hands of Texico. Fuentes off the steal, coast to coast. Nifty little head fake and hesitation move, and we'll put it up, and we finally got a score in the second quarter. Back down into the corner, Betancourt for 3, and that one is too hard. Off of the tip, we're going to have a foul called on the rebound on Marquez, so it'll be Texico basketball. Actually, they call the push on Pondo, his first personal, 4th team foul. 21-10, Lovington in the lead, 5:40 to go first half. Askew off the inbound from Fig across the timeline. Back to Fig, makes it to the top of the arc. Directs traffic, points out where he wants people to go. Thompson on him very tight. Flip it back out to Askew. NBA 3 from the left side off the front of the iron. Fuentes with the rebound, and his putback is good. Fuentes now with 4 points in the ballgame. Texico trying to chip away as Lovington's shooting has gone ice cold. Betancourt drives the baseline, almost loses it, tosses out to Pondo near side. Pondo cycles it back around to Betancourt. To Arroyo, drives right base, pushes off, puts up a shot. That one not going to go, and Fig with the rebound. Back down comes Texico. Fig coast to coast, weaves through traffic, and he'll lay it up and in. He's got 4 points in the ballgame, and now it's 21-14. And they've chopped it to just a 7-point lead. Lovington is yet to score in this second quarter. So to Betancourt. Now to Pondo. Micah back to Betancourt. They're just going to play catch. Betancourt cycles around. High inlet pass to Arroyo. A little bit awkward there as good defense on him by Gonser. And we'll have a whistle on the near side. The ball goes out of bounds. Should stay Lovington basketball. It will. It was knocked away by Gonser. So they'll inbound. It should be from in front of the Texico bench. It will be. Arroyo, Pondo, Marquez, Thompson, and Betancourt on the floor for your Wildcats. To Thompson, he works against Askew. Now they're going to try and trap him up with Gonser. He needs some help. Somebody needs to come over and help him. Gets it knocked away temporarily and manages to push it over onto the baseline with Julian. Arroyo works in against Villarreal. From the left elbow, picks up his dribble. Now back out to Pondo, and they'll reset. 4:10 remaining. First half, a 7-point Lovington lead. Underneath to Marquez, and finally, the Cats are on the board. Anson Marquez breaks the ice. Back the other way. Fuentes with the little far away is up and good. He's got 6 points all coming in this second quarter.
Suddenly, Texico shooting 3 of 5 now in this second quarter, and Lovington only 1 for 5.
23-16 though, Lovington in the lead. DeMarquez in the right elbow and tosses somehow. It's saved out to Arroyo for 3, and that one is off the mark, and Villarreal with the rebound for the Wolverines, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Cook. 3:33 remaining here in the first half. It's Texico trailing our Wildcats 23-16. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Wildcat basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Back here at Wildcat Gym out of the Texico timeout, it'll be green basketball with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks so much for being with us on this Friday night. Wildcats leading 23-16, 3.5 remaining here in the first half as Askew will bring it into the front court for the Wolverines. He will hand it off to Villarreal, and whoa, it was Betancourt taking a long slide. Villarreal with it, as he'll get it back out to Gonser. Gonser back to Askew in front of the Stray Cats. They'll reset. Deep left corner, and a travel called as a little Euro step taken by Fuentes. That's going to cost them 9th turnover for the Texico Wolverines, so give it back to the Wildcats.
And the missed basket doesn't really count. I'm not going to write that down because the travel happened before really he shot.
Yeah, the
shot
travel,
the
no shot there. So 7-point lead for the Wildcats. It was as much as 15, but chipping away at it is Texico. Pondo between the rings, tosses near side in front of the Texico bench to Betancourt. He'll bounce it back out to Arroyo as the Cats seem to almost have wanted to take the air out of the ball in this second quarter. Back out to Betancourt. Now to Arroyo. Texico not making them pay for it, though. They're not putting just a whole lot of pressure on them. Lovington's only had one bucket in this second quarter. Tapondo right wing for three. That one is off the mark, and Fig with another rebound, his fourth. And a whistle going to sound. It's going to be on Lovington.
Yep, Lovington has had 5 shots at the basket and only made one of them in the second quarter.
And they're going to call that on Arroyo. They're going to call the chop. That'll be his third personal, 5th team foul on the Cats. Julian going to have to sit for a while.
But Lovington still leads 23-16 with 2:26 left to play in the second quarter.
Hector Bonilla checks into the ball game for the Wildcats as Askew under a little bit of backcourt pressure from Betancourt. He'll hand it off to Villarreal, then near side to Fuentes. Into the corner, Gonser throw the fastball underneath to a breaking Villarreal who gets that one to rattle home. And just like that, it's a 5-point lead for the Cats.
Texico, their shooting has caught fire, 4 of 6 in the second quarter.
They've chopped 10 points off of the lead to Bonilla. He works against Askew, then back out to Micah. Under 2 to play first half. Back to Bonilla, thinks about the 3, picks up the dribble. Now to Betancourt. He'll drive in. Goes off the left base and puts one high off the glass on the rebound by Askew. And a foul going to be called on the Wildcats on the rebound as Betancourt going to get whistled for his second personal, 16 foul now on Lovington. Lovington still with only 2 points in this entire second period.
And they've had 6 looks at the basket.
Gonser will inbound it from right of his own bucket. 1:45 remaining. Gets it to Askew, who will take it up under pressure on the far sideline. Cycles, coming from the left to the right, takes it back in front of the Stray Cats. Bounce over and stolen away as Thompson will take it. Goes coast to coast, and his shot won't fall. Betancourt is there with the rebound. His 6th rebound of the ball game. He's got 5 points. So Lovington stretches it back up to a 7-point lead with 1:20 to go in the first half. Fig in front of the Lovington bench. Tries to drive through 2 Cats and loses it into the hands of the Wildcats, but a bad pass by Cardenas to Askew, a little 5-footer, and it will roll home. Askew's first bucket of the ball game. Teams trading buckets, now back to a 5-point lead. Betancourt on the Wildcats logo on the far side, now near side to Bonilla, push it back out to Dallas. Cardenas to Betancourt, now the bounce to Bonilla, back to Cardenas. They'll swing it around. Bonilla, right wing for 3. It is off the back of the iron and into the hands of Gonser, his first rebound.
Lovington could really use more offensive rebounding.
Of course, we'll have a lot to talk about, I have a feeling, in the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. And the fastball out of the hands of Villarreal. That one not a fastball, a curveball really from Askew. I wonder if he pitches for the for the baseball team. He put some wicked spin on that thing. That's 13, make that 12 turnovers for Texico, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Casey Pack. It's just a 30, so we'll keep it right here. 25-20 is the score. Lovington in the lead. And at times, Dawn, I mean, you mentioned a minute ago, Lovington's only taken 6 shots at the basket.
8 now. And they made 2 of them.
But that's less than 1 shot a minute.
Right.
And Texico not spending just a whole lot of time on the offensive side. They're getting looks, they're taking them. Lovington almost seems like they got the 15-point lead and then all of a sudden wanted to deflate the ball.
Yeah.
And now that's kind of slowed them down and taken some of the some of the roll away, because they were rolling in that first quarter.
In the second quarter, Texico has made 5 of 8 shots from the floor.
So with under 30 seconds to go out of the timeout, first half, 25-20. It'll be Wildcat basketball as Thompson gives it to Bonilla, who'll run the point. Picking him up is Villarreal just as he crosses the timeline. Bonilla with tight coverage on him. Takes it, picks it up. Thompson, top of the arc, 3 ball on the way, and bang!
Ooh, it rattled home.
May
nice
not
shot.
be the prettiest shot you'll ever see, but it works. 9 points in the ball game for DeMarcus Thompson. Askew down and puts it up, misses it, and the rebound by Betancourt. Betancourt, his 7th, throws it to Cardenas, who can't get it up and in at the buzzer, but we have played a half. Lovington 28, Texico 20. We'll be back for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show right after this. Pardon me, Wildcat basketball continues.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym. It is halftime. Lovington 28, Texico 20. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Get the Napa Know-How for your car. Get up and go, Napa, with Lovington Auto Supply. Taking a look at the numbers in the first half of this one, we'll start with the visiting Wolverines. Their leading scorer right now is Alex Fuentes. He had 6 points in that first half. 4 points on the board for Cade Figg. He's also the leading rebounder for the Wolverines with 4. Then everybody else with 2. Villarreal with 2. Callaway with 2. Gonser with 2. Smith with 2. And Askew with 2. Texico, though, only had one opportunity at the free throw line. It was an and one, and they missed it. So they are officially 0 for 1 from the ball game on that. 11 rebounds as a team. And they turned the ball over 12 times in that first half, scored 8 in the first, 12 in the second to get to their 20.
Yeah, their first 2 points of the game, though, Texico scored from the free throw line. No, yes?
No.
Okay, I had it written down as only one true basket in their first 4 points, so okay.
All right, turning the page for the Lovington Wildcats. Leading scorer right now for the Cats, it'll be DeMarcus Thompson leading the way. He's got 9 points in the books. 8 points for Julian Arroyo, who had to sit for the last half of that second quarter with 3 fouls. 5 points in the book for Zadrick Betancourt, who also leads the way in the rebounding department. Zadrick with 7 rebounds in the ball game. 4 points for Wyatt Gomez and 2 points in the books for Anson Marquez. Lovington didn't have just a whole lot of opportunity from the free throw line. They go 4 of 8 in that first half. They turned the ball over 5 times, so they took care of the ball pretty well. 15 rebounds collectively as a team, and they scored 21 in the first, but then took the air out of the ball. Only 7 points in the second to get to their 28, Dawn.
Yeah, and looking at their shooting, I said this several times. So Lovington was 10 of 15 shooting. That's just from the floor, not from the foul line, of course. 10 of 15 shots in the first quarter. Their shooting was much, much better in that first quarter. It kind of went cold in that second quarter. I mean, they took 4 shots at the basket and then didn't have any points at all. It was midway through that second quarter before they scored. They ended up 3 of 9 shooting in that second quarter. So altogether, that's 13 of 24 in the game so far. Texico cold shooting in the first, then they fixed it in the second, and they went 2 of 11 in the first quarter, and then they made 5 of 9 in the second. So 5 of 9, and so there's 7 for 20 overall in the game so far. Offensive rebounding, I did not keep track of that in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Texico had 2 offensive rebounds. Lovington had 1.
So Lovington's got to do a better job on the offensive glass to be sure.
Especially if their shooting is going to be that cold. They're not giving themselves an opportunity to get second or third looks at the basket. They're one and done and out of there.
Well, they certainly are. And one thing I think that I noticed at least during the difference between the first quarter and the second quarter. I said it's like they took the air out of the ball. They were playing a much more deliberative style and deliberate style, I should say.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I think this is a team that plays a little better when they're running and gunning and just, almost playing street ball than they do trying to play a real structured type of game. So maybe,
Yeah, it feels very forced. When they slow the ball down, they don't look as sure of themselves. Their transitions are a little clunkier. Their shooting went colder. And as you said, I think they feed on speed.
I like that. Feed on speed. We're going to have to, that is now trademarked to Dawn Morgan of New Walmart Broadcasting Corporation. T-shirts will be available in the shop next week. Our score at halftime, 28-20. The Wildcats in the lead over the Texico Wolverines. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Score update coming in from another game in Lee County tonight. As down in Eunice, the Eunice girls taking on Tularosa. That game just going final, and Tularosa beating Eunice a squeaker 31-29 in that one, thanks to Evie back at One Radio Square for feeding us that score here at halftime. So, of course, another score update from earlier tonight. The Lovington Lady Cats getting a big victory to improve to 9-7 over Texico here on senior night.
Right. Tularosa is a team, of course, that Texico boys and girls will play a lot. And I noticed that the Texico girls had beaten Tularosa earlier in the season.
So, I mean, Texico, Tularosa, and Eunice, those are three teams that could very well wind up in the 2A playoffs.
Very true.
Might be seeing those for Lee County squads later on in the season when it comes around to playoff time. So this has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Get up and go with Lovington Auto Supply and the Napa Know-How. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Start the third quarter. This is Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcacnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym, Lovington Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Also, HobbsAmerica.com and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. Big thanks to all of our sponsors making it possible for us to bring you these ball games absolutely free of charge. We will never charge you to watch your kids and your teams play. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, and it looks like it will be... thinking it'll be Texico basketball to start off the second half, as it'll be Arroyo, Gomez, Thompson, Pondo, and Betancourt on the floor for Lovington. It will be Askew, Gonser, Villarreal, Fig, and Fuentes. So the starting five out there for Texico too. So the starting fives back out for both teams. 28-20 the score. Lovington in the lead as we get this third quarter underway. And so it'll be Gonser to inbound it to Askew in the backcourt, and he'll just walk it up. Hondo will pick him up, and the ball almost immediately knocked away. Somehow Askew will save it. Finds a little room, goes in, throws the fastball to Fig in the left baseline. His shot is up, no good. Gets his own rebound, and his putback will fall home. Fig, his 5th rebound of the ball game, has 6 points. And now it's back to a 6-point lead. Three-pointer on the way, and bang! Pondo didn't even have room, I didn't think, to try it, and he does, and it goes. 31-22. Fig back down from just in front of the free throw line. Puts up the little teardrop floater. It is good.
The teams trade baskets.
So now it'll be Arroyo to the front court. Takes it to the front of the arc and then backs it out to Pondo in the deep left wing. He'll move it back out again to Betancourt. He'll pick it up to Arroyo, NBA 3 right wing, and that one is off the mark. And Betancourt with the rebound for Zadrick, his 8th. But loses the basketball to Fig. That'll be the 6th turnover for Lovington. Back down with Askew. Tries to flip it in high, and the teams trade turnovers into the hands of Arroyo. Back down come the Wildcats, and Arroyo's going to get the pocket picked. And back down comes Villarreal. Villarreal running and gunning off the glass and up and in.
1 of 4 shooting for Texico so far in this second half, and 1 of 1 for Lovington.
Back to just a 5-point lead for the Wildcats. Betancourt to Arroyo. 12, make that a 15-footer right side. It is too hard and into the hands of Gonser for Texico. Wolverines basketball. As back down comes Askew. Askew to Fig near side. Now they'll take it to Fuentes, back to Askew. Basically playing ring around the arc right now, bouncing in the deep left corner. Fuentes loses the basketball, and another turnover for Texico. Feed it back down to Betancourt, and he's bumped by Askew. And that should put Zadrick at the line for 2. We'll see for sure. It is on Askew, and yep, it will be a 2-shot foul. Askew's 2nd personal, 1st team foul. And Betancourt heads to the line where he is 1 of 2. Cats trying to increase a 5-point lead. So Betancourt will toe the line. Eyes it, skies it, and in and out.
Thought it was going to fall.
That one was all the way through the cylinder and just
popped right back up.
Can somebody call Casper and tell him to quit playing with the baskets?
31-26, Lovington up by 5. 6:09 left to play in the third.
Second shot on the way for Betancourt, and that one will go home. So 32-26, 6-point lead for the Wildcats. 6:04 remaining here in the third. Askew on the near side brings it into the front court, and the Wolverines will set their offense. Askew just keeps it himself, pushes it over to Gonser, who'll take it into the right block, and his 12-footer not going to go, and the rebound going to be made by Villarreal, his 2nd. Villarreal back to Askew as Texico will reset the offense.
2nd offensive rebound for Texico in the second half.
Top of the arc. They'll get it over to Carey, who checked in. Now to Askew. An NBA 3 on the way. Fight for the rebound. Ball loose on the court. And so is the referee, who goes down, and the ball goes out of bounds. And sliding and getting to it, Pondo fighting with Carey, and they're going to say Carey touches it last. Although I'm not sure how the ref could have seen that. He was sliding across the floor like the players were. Another ref comes over and I think may have overruled him.
Yeah, I think he says it's
he
Texico's
did. He says
ball.
it's Texico ball.
Yeah.
The Boo Birds in blue are out. The green-clad faithful, pretty good crowd. They're clapping. Carey, and he's going to get bodied up by Pondo. 2nd foul on Micah. 1st team foul. I think maybe just a little bit of frustration on that one. Now Askew to inbound it from the left baseline. Tosses it into Fig, who loses it on the floor, and it'll be loose. And they're going to call jump ball, and it is Lovington basketball. 15th turnover now for Texico, but Lovington has to capitalize. 5:27 to go here in this first half as Fuentes will check out. Callaway will check in for Texico. Villarreal checks out as well. And Smith will check in. Lovington still with its 5 starters on the floor. The little pick sent by Thompson. Get it over to Pondo. Askew gets to him quickly. No shot available. Now to Betancourt. He thinks about the 3, and they'll work it back around. Arroyo takes it to the left baseline, slings it under to Gomez, and too hard off Wyatt's hands and out of bounds. 8th turnover now for the Wildcats. Both teams just seem a little bit out of sorts coming into this third quarter, Dawn.
Yeah, they
to Casey for three, and that one is good. Carey, pardon me.
4 of 5 shooting for Texico in this quarter.
To just a 4-point lead now for the Wildcats. 3-point lead, 32-29. Arroyo slings it out to Pondo. He's just going to hold it there. Working around to Betancourt. He'll drive left base, goes around Smith, and too hard off the glass. And Smith with the rebound. That'll be his second. And a whistle away and a travel by Fig.
Yep, he took that little extra step before he passed it behind his back.
So that'll be the 16th turnover for the Wolverines. Give it back to the Cats. Checking in will be Zeke Guzman. So Guzman seeing his first action of the ball game as he goes in. Out of Betancourt off the inbound from Arroyo. Toss it out to Pondo near midcourt. 4:20 remaining, just a 3-point Lovington lead. At one point was 15. Arroyo backs it up, far sideline. Now to Pondo in front of the Wildcat bench. Micah uses up the dribble now to Betancourt, who's going to reset the offense. Swing it back to Pondo. They're just going to play catch. Again, Lovington playing deflate ball at the moment. Halfway mark of this third period. Arroyo just going to hold it out there. Now no look pass. Of course, you're up. Might as well take as much time off the clock as you can, I guess. Lovington going to work the set offense. And they're going to call a lane violation, 3-second lane violation as Guzman got in there and pretty much just camped out. You can't do that. And so that'll be the ninth turnover for the Wildcats.
Coach Pack wants an explanation.
As Zeke will check out and Gomez will check back in. You've got Arroyo, Thompson, Gomez, Pondo, and Betancourt on the floor. Askew to Callaway, to Carey. Carey back to Callaway, now to Askew, top of the arc, NBA 3 on the way, and that one is good, and we are tied.
Ooh, credit where credit's due. It was a beautiful shot.
32 all.
Lovington needs to put on the gas.
Where's the team we saw in the first quarter? I don't know where they've been the last basically almost 2 quarters. To Betancourt around, to Arroyo, bounce to Gomez on the right base, back to Julian. And he'll just toss it out. It's almost like they're trying to play a game of keep away here.
Yeah.
I don't understand this at all. All tied at 32 apiece. You're up by 15, and then you take the air out of the ball. I don't know what's going on.
They're not trying to penetrate the paint, really, and Texico doing a good job on defense, but Lovington is not pressuring them, not being aggressive.
NBA 3 on the way from Arroyo, and bang!
That was beautiful, too.
11 points for Julian, and Lovington back up by 3. 2.5 to go, and we're going to have Smith with the offensive foul as he threw the elbow right into the face of Arroyo. That'll be a turnover on the Wolverines. They're 17th, and Smith will be whistled for his third personal. Just the second team foul on the visiting Texico team.
I think with that, I think the refs are sending a message that, you know, they're just, when they see something that's a little too physical, you know, the elbows thrown, they're calling it.
And Coach Casey Pack going to take the timeout. It is a full timeout. 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Lovington 35, Texico 32. We're back in 30 on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym, Lovington Wildcat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com tonight too. Also on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Don Morgan. The Wildcats took the timeout, and it'll be their basketball leading by 3. At one point, though, their lead was 15. 2.5 remaining here in the third period. Texico has chipped back and has refused to go away. Now into the front court comes Arroyo, where he will work against Villarreal, who's back into the ballgame. Arroyo, 10-footer from the right block, and that one is going to be off the mark and into the hands of Callaway, his first rebound. So Callaway, the push to Carey. He'll take it through. Right elbow uses up the dribble. Askew left wing for three on the way, and it's good. Javon Askew, his second tray of the quarter, and we are tied again at 35.
Texico has only missed one shot from the floor in this second quarter.
From Pondo to Arroyo in front of the Lovington bench. Bounce it into Gomez. Now they'll just push it out. Pondo for three, and bang! Micah drains it. His second tray of the quarter.
Tit for tat.
38-35, and the ball knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay in the hands of the Wolverines.
And that'll be Texico. They'll inbound in front of the visitors section.
As Cade Figg will check back into the ball game, and Zeke Guzman also back in. Going to give DeMarcus Thompson a rest. Fuentes comes back in for Callaway.
So getting fresh legs out there.
So the inbound will be made by Gonser. Pondo going to put the pressure on him. To Askew back out near center court. He'll take it from the right to the left. He'll hand off to Villarreal, flips it out to Fuentes, to Gonser, throws the fastball inside, and a bad pass trying one too many. It's a turnover, and back come the Cats. Arroyo throws the fastball and knocked away by Figg, who I think caught that one on the tops of the fingers and bent him back a little bit. He is shaking that hand a little bit, and that never feels good.
Yeah, stings.
So it stays Lovington basketball with $1:24 to go here in the third, a 3-point Wildcat lead. Gomez to inbound it from right of his own bucket to Arroyo, thinks about the three. Now he'll take the three and bang! Julian Arroyo drains his third tray of the ball game, and Lovington stretches it back to a 6-point lead. Figg at the free throw line the other way. That one is off the mark, and the rebound is going to be made by Wyatt Gomez, and he's going to get whacked in the back of the head for his troubles. They're going to whistle that one on Dalton Kane, seeing his first action of the night. His first personal third-team foul on Texico. 68 seconds to go here in the third. Arroyo will control it and run the point as the clock ticks down to a minute, trying and bouncing it inside, and ugly pass that turns into a Texico possession, almost stolen right back, and back down with Kane. He'll move through, tries to split through two Wildcats. There to save it is Askew. He'll throw it into the deep left corner, and a foul going to be called as Zeke Gomez gets a hold of Askew. Or Zeke Guzman, pardon me. Bad foul on the part of Zeke. And I think maybe just a little frustration there, protecting his teammates too.
Clock ticks down, just about 50 seconds left to play in the second quarter. 41-35, Wildcats up by 6.
Cardenas in for Pondo, 41-35 as you mentioned. Askew to inbound, tosses into Figg, and he'll cut through the lane like a hot knife through butter and up and in. He's got 10 in the ball game. So our score 41-37, 40 seconds to go here in the third. Lovington up by 4. Lovington has not really tried to penetrate just a whole lot since the first quarter. To Arroyo, more than an NBA three, and that one is off the mark, and it'll be Kane with the rebound. 20 seconds remaining as Askew controls for the Wolverines. Figg thinks about the three. Now he'll take the NBA three. That one is a flat shot off the mark, and bouncing through it and grabbing the rebound is Betancourt. That's his 9th. Zadrick to Arroyo, uses the dribble to Betancourt with 2. He'll pull up a 16-footer, and that one is off the mark. No call as Figg crashes him to the floor, and no rebound. So we head to the fourth. It is Lovington 41, Texico 37. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 Facebook page.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Back here at Wildcat Gym, getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Lovington leading 41-37. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan alongside. Great to have you with us tonight, wherever you are, on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. The Cats outscored 17-13 in that third quarter, but they still hold on to the 4-point lead and a whistle away from the basketball. As the
I think somebody in the stands, something going on.
Yeah, I don't know. They were
distraction by
I
one
guess
of
so.
the students or something.
So they're going to reset and they're going to try it again. And yep, they're going to say, all right, let's try this again. So it'll be Gonser. He'll inbound it as we go to the fourth quarter. Hand it off to Fig. Fig to Fuentes. Now to Gonser in the right corner. Cardenas on him as he'll work it back around. Askew deep left corner for three, and that one is going to be off the mark, and it'll be Smith with his third rebound. Ball, though, goes loose on the floor, and whistles sound. They're going to call jump ball, and it'll be Wildcat basketball. 19th turnover for Texico, and give it to Lovington. They need to pick the intensity up here if they want to get out of here with the win. No, the inbound will come from Thompson to Arroyo. Julian into the offensive zone. We'll hand it off to Betancourt. Zandrick leading the way in the defensive side of things. He's got 9 rebounds in the ball game. Or I should say the glass cleaning side of things. As they'll move it to Cardenas. Lovington continuing. Looks like they're going to keep trying to play stall ball here. To Arroyo, more than an NBA three, and bang!
Oh. Yeah, that's what, the third time he's done that?
Fourth.
Beautiful.
17 points for Julian Arroyo, makes it 44-37, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Craig Cook as he wants to keep Lovington from running away with it. 44-37. It is a full timeout. We're back in 30 here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight. Don't forget, subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Tell your family and friends to subscribe too. And somebody can win $100 of my money once we get to 1,000 subscribers. 44-37 is the score. Wildcats in the lead, 7:10 remaining in the ball game. It looked early like the Cats were just going to steamroll the Wolverines right out of this building, but that's not what's happened. As Gonser and Cardenas get into it a little bit, as Askew, almost losing the basketball, corrals it in. Takes it into the right corner for Fuentes for three. It is in and out, but it'll be Smith with the rebound and the putback. His fourth rebound and his fourth point of the ball game. Back down come the Wildcats. Cardenas to Thompson. Back out to Arroyo. 5-point Lovington lead. Betancourt takes it back and then he'll cycle it into the deep right corner. Picks up the dribble and will toss it back out to Arroyo. Julian back to Betancourt in front of the Wildcat bench. Now toss it to Cardenas. Lovington again is kind of trying to almost playing stall ball here, up by 5 with 6:20 to go. Now a little pressure being put on by Fuentes and Texico. Gomez in the deep right corner. He'll move it out, toss it back to Arroyo on the Wildcat. I can't believe that Texico is not providing a little more pressure. Maybe they're waiting another minute or two. But Lovington is just absolutely killing the clock here.
Yeah, they're just
It may not be the most exciting basketball you've ever seen.
But it's effective at least. They've got a 5-point lead. They're protecting it.
I will say this, and you know, I've watched Casey Pack coach, you and I have for a lot of years, first with the Lovington girls and then the boys, and in some of his earlier careers, you know, up north, we'd go up there to play. And I think it's hard for a team to get itself back in gear after you take them out. And they were in gear, and they were running and gunning and flowing good in the first quarter. And it looked like, again, like I said earlier, they were just going to run away with it. Now they're playing keep away, basically. And
they're daring them to come after them, playing like it's the last, minute or two of the ball game.
I'm okay with that, and a big foul going to come up as Arroyo goes to the floor. He'll go to the line for 2 as they're going to whistle Smith for the foul. So they will whistle Smith. That'll be his 4th personal, 4th team foul. I'm okay with this if you're up by, say, 8 or 10 possessions. I'm not okay with this at a 2 or 3 possession game.
Right.
So Arroyo at the line for 2. He's got 17. Make it 18.
Well, the shooting has slowed way down with the pace slowing down. Texico is 1 of 3 from the floor in this 4th quarter, and
we've got
Lovington is 1 of 1.
And we've got 3 minutes gone almost here in the 4th.
Yeah.
So Arroyo gets the first. He's got 18. So he'll bend the knees, puts up the second, and that one is good. 19 points in the books for Arroyo and makes it 46-39. Lovington stretches it back out to a 7-point lead. Askew in the front court. Tosses into the left corner for Villarreal. Villarreal uses up the dribble to Fig. He works against Cardenas. 3 ball on the way. That one is too hard. And the rebound by Thompson. For Thompson, his 4th. Into the front court. Cardenas almost losing the basketball. Dallas corrals it. Picks up the dribble. Then on the give and go to Arroyo. Nifty little spin move. Up and in off the right glass.
Whew, nice moves. Beautiful basket.
21 points for Julian Arroyo. And Lovington stretches back to a 9-point lead. Off of the pick from Smith. Ball going to be knocked loose and into the hands of the Wildcats. That is turnover number 20 for Texico. With pressure in the backcourt, Arroyo to the front court, bouncing it to Thompson on the left base. Put it up and in. Count the bucket on the foul. 11 points for DeMarcus, and now he goes to the line for 2, and I'm pretty sure that's going to do it for Smith. And it will. That is his 5th foul. So the big guy fouls out of the game for Texico. He's going to foul out of here with 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 fouls. And Thompson goes to the line for the and 1, 3 the old-fashioned way. 11 for DeMarcus in the books. Lovington up now 50-39, back to an 11-point lead.
As a ref going over, and Craig Cook, head coach, talking, laughing a little bit now.
And checking in to replace Smith will be Carey. So Thompson at the line for the and 1. And I think there was actually maybe a 30-second timeout called in there. I didn't see that whistled. But
50-39 your score with 4:28 left in the game.
So the and 1 is up and in and out, and the ball loose on the court. Fig will get it knocked away, but then he is going to get fouled. It'll be on Lovington. And the push foul going to be called on Gomez, his first personal, just the 3rd team foul on the Wildcats. 4:27 to go in the ball game, back to an 11-point lead for Lovington. So the Cats trying for their 9th victory of the season against a pretty game Texico squad. As Fig uses up the dribble in the right block, a little turnaround from about 10. His shot is up, no good. The rebound will be made by Carey. His shot won't go. He'll get it back up, and Fig finally with the rebound and the putback. He's got 12 now for Texico, and timeout is going to be taken by Texico this time. They may have one left, or this may be their last one. We'll have to see. 6
offensive rebounds for Texico in this second half. That's interesting. They've created a lot more opportunities for themselves. In contrast, Lovington has had 3 the whole game. Or at least I did not keep that stat in the first quarter, so that's missing the first quarter. That's only second, third, and then up to this point in the fourth quarter. So
at the end of the third quarter, it was 17 rebounds total for Texico, 18 for Lovington.
And then have in the second through the fourth quarters, Texico has had a total of 8 offensive rebounds. That's pretty amazing. After tonight, of course, the Cats will be on the road Tuesday night in Ruidoso to take on the Warriors there. Our next broadcast will be on Friday night right back here as Clovis will be in town. So 7 o'clock on Friday night as the Lovington schools will be honoring the 1983 state championship team.
Be able to watch that game right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. So out of the timeout, it'll be Lovington basketball leading by 9, 50-41, right at the halfway mark of this fourth quarter. 4:02 remaining. Is Coach Cook going to come over and say something to one of the officials? So Thompson, Arroyo, Betancourt, Gomez, and Pondo on the floor for the Wildcats. Full court pressure is on. Arroyo gets it through the pressure, takes it in, loses it off the foot. Betancourt will save it, and it'll go into the hands of Askew, but he's standing on the baseline, so it stays Lovington basketball. No turnover either way on that one. So it'll be Gomez to inbound it right of his own bucket under pressure from Fig. Has to get it in, does right at the 5 count. To Arroyo, makes a nifty little move, puts up a 3 ball. It's an air ball and tipped out by Betancourt. So it'll go back to Texico. Again, I know I've spent the whole game, Dawn, kind of questioning what's been going on after the first quarter, but you can't argue with the results. As Askew off the inbound takes it coast to coast, misses the point-blank layup, and Thompson with the rebound, his 5th. DeMarcus to Arroyo, underneath to a wide open Gomez, and Wyatt will get it to bounce home. 52-41, back to an 11-point lead.
Lovington has made their shots count in this fourth quarter.
To Carey in front of his own bench. He'll pull the 3-point trigger, and that one is going to be in and out. Another rebound for DeMarcus.
Yeah, nice rebounding by Thompson.
Thompson, the fastball down to Betancourt, and it's too hard high off the glass. Gets his own rebound and then gets rejected. Goes out. It'll stay Lovington basketball with that board. Betancourt with his 10th rebound of the ball game. And it'll stay Lovington basketball. So Zadrick, if he can find a way to get 2 more buckets in this one, he'd have the double-double. 3 minutes remaining. Is Coach Casey Pack going to take a full timeout? Lovington 52, Texico 41. We're back in 30 seconds here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym, Lovington Wildcat basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us tonight, wherever you are around the world, on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and also on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. 52-41 with 3 minutes left in the ballgame. Lovington in the lead.
Talked about offensive rebound for Texico. The problem is they're having a lot of looks, giving themselves multiple looks, but not making them. In this fourth quarter, their shooting is only 2 of 6 right now from the floor. However, Lovington has made 4 of 5.
Yeah, right now you mentioned 2 of 6. They've only got 4 points in the quarter. Lovington doing much better as the high inbound pass over pressure. Thompson loses the ball to Askew, and it'll be knocked off of Thompson, so it will be the 11th turnover for the Wildcats. That is just their first turnover of the fourth quarter, and it comes with 2:58 remaining in the ball game. Askew to the front court, works against Arroyo. Near side to Villarreal, work it around to Casey. Carey. I don't know why I want to keep calling him Casey. Askew going to be partially blocked out, and Pondo will wind up with it, and a whistle sounds, and it's Lovington basketball as it gets knocked away, and over to Coach Robert Areola. So
Coach Areola is also athletic director, but he is coaching baseball this season.
Yes, retaken over the reins of the Lovington Wildcat baseball team. Of course, when we get to baseball season, we'll have that Betancourt for 3, and that one is going to be off the mark, and it'll be Carey with the rebound, his 3rd. So to Askew, pushes it forward to Fig. A little head fake, goes through the lane and takes it all the way through the lane, left to right, and lays it up and in. For Cade Fig now, he's got 14 points in the ball game. Pressure going to be on as we click down towards 2 minutes to go. To Pondo, a little jump stop, and then back to Arroyo. Texico wants to come back. They're going to have to start pressuring and save some time. Betancourt against Villarreal in front of the bench. Gets a screen from Gomez. He'll take it in, loses the basketball, but saves it to Arroyo. Deep left corner for three, and that one will be off the mark. Thompson with the rebound, gets his own rebound and his own putback. So DeMarcus now is with 8 rebounds.
And one of them an offensive rebound.
And a whistle sounds, and the ball knocked away and out of bounds, and it'll be another turnover for Texico. They're 21st. Give it back to Lovington, 54-43. So Lovington going to have their 9th win of the season, preparing to go to Ruidoso on Tuesday. We will not have that game for you. Just a quick note. As Betancourt to the right block, underneath with the assist. Trying the reverse layup is Gomez, and it's off the bottom of the backboard. No good. And out of bounds and over to the Wolverines. Ruidoso's gym is the Technology Black Hole. 54-43, Askew top of the arc for 3. And Pondo with the rebound. Micah's second. Now they're going to keep the pressure on. Arroyo tosses back to Micah. And he's just going to have to take it up. Uses up his dribble. They need to get it into the front court, and they do not. It's a 10-second backcourt violation. 12th turnover for the Wildcats. They lead by 11. The Wolverines still have a pulse, but they're going to have to get some stuff to fall pretty darn quick here if they want to come back in this one. So 54-43, Fuentes will bounce it into the backcourt to Askew. He cycles it to the far side, brings it in, gets the little pick from Fig, give it to Fig, right wing for 3, and that one is in and out. Massive fight for the rebound. They're going to get Pondo over the back against Callaway. I've got to think, yep, it will be on Micah. So that will be his 3rd personal, and just the 4th team foul, though, on Lovington.
58 seconds left in the game.
Texico running out of opportunities as Pondo will check out. Coach Pack not happy with him. He's played a pretty good game, though. Cardenas will check in, and now timeout will be taken by Texico, and I've got to. That's their last timeout. It's almost got to be. We'll just keep it right here with 58 seconds to go and say a big thank you to our friends at Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, and Now Pharmacy. Of course, we got your Now Pharmacy post-game show coming up here in just a few minutes. Lovington leading 54-43. Good crowd on hand here tonight to celebrate senior night.
Yep, the stands, pretty full on both sides, on the lower sections, both sides. Of course, Pet Band, the Stray Cats, also playing tonight. So it's been a good atmosphere here on a Friday night. Twin bill, actually more than that, as the JV girls also played. And I don't know if the JV boys
they played in the back gym.
Okay, they played the back gym. And then
as the inbound will come to Fig, and he'll take it up and in off the assist. Fig with 16 points. 54-45, a 9-point lead. Under a minute to play, though. Behind the back is Thompson against Askew. He'll get it into the front court. Now to Cardenas. He works against Callaway. Sling it near side to Betancourt. He works against Fig, who swipes for the ball. Betancourt gets it away from him. Lovington just going to try and dribble it out here, you've got to think, and Fuentes will foul after Arroyo gets the ball. His 2nd personal, 6-team foul. And the Wolverines still with a foul. That was their last foul to give, as Pondo will come in with 32 seconds to go. Neither team in the bonus. Lovington will be on the next inbound. You got to think that Coach Cook is telling them you've got to foul on the inbound pretty much. Arroyo tosses it into Thompson, and Askew will reach in and get him. His 3rd personal, 7th team foul, and it'll put DeMarcus at the line where he'll shoot the 1-and-1. 13 points for DeMarcus Thompson in the ball game. He's 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. Right at 30 seconds remaining in this one.
And a 9-point lead by Lovington.
9 points in 30 seconds is not impossible, but if DeMarcus can get the front end of this 1-and-1, it goes from a 3-possession to a 4-possession ball game.
But Lovington has...
And he misses it, and Askew will get the rebound, his 3rd.
Lovington has made many more
Askew
3-pointers than Texico.
Takes it down, and he gets the bucket and the foul. A bad reach foul, 10 points for Askew. And they needed it. It took 7 seconds off the clock, and they've got a chance to get the 3-point play here. See who they whistled that one on, as they're going to put that one up on the board against DeMarcus Thompson, his first personal, 5th team foul on the Cats. So the and one for Askew, his first trip to the line tonight.
Just a 7-point lead by Lovington now. 23.43 seconds left.
And the shot is up, and it is no good, and the rebound is going to be made by Gomez.
That's an important one.
And a quick foul going to be whistled. So another 1-1. As they're going to foul that one, or call that foul on Fuentes. That'll be the 8th team foul, and so we'll take the 85-foot walk down. And Julian Arroyo will head to the line for the 1-1. He's 3 of 4 from the stripe. Julian with 21 points in the ball game leads the way for the Cats and everybody. So the front end of the 1-1 coming up. And it is up, and Julian will get it. So he'll get another shot at it. 57. I don't know where I got 57. Let's go 55-47. I think I hit the wrong button. I do that a lot. Second one is up, and Julian gets them both. So now 56-47. It is back to a 9-point lead with 18 seconds to go. Askew to Fig. Running out of time from the free throw line. That one is going to be short-armed, and rebound is going to be made by Kane, and his rebound, no rebound there. It'll be Cardenas who gets it, and he immediately gets clocked. I want to say probably by Callaway, but we'll see. And it will be on Callaway. That'll be his first personal. And it will be the 9th team foul, and so we'll walk down. And now on Dallas Cardenas with a chance to get in the books from the free throw line.
This is a case of it taking as long to play this final minute and a half as it has the whole rest of the fourth quarter.
Pretty much, yeah. So Cardenas at the line to shoot the 1-1. Bends the knees. Nice rotation on the basketball and gets it. First point of the ball game for on Dallas.
Nice form.
So now back to a 10-point Wildcat lead, 57-47.
He's extremely athletic. He's very gymnastic, actually. He's quite a good tumbler.
Second one up, and that one is good. Hits the front, hits the back, and hits the bottom of the strings. 58-47. As no-look pass into the corner for Callaway, and he'll move it forward. And at the buzzer, the shot is up, no good by Kane, and the Wildcats are victorious tonight. Our final, Lovington 58, Texico 47. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with your Now Pharmacy postgame report. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment from Noel Mark Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to your Now Pharmacy postgame show as the Lovington Wildcats today victorious. Our final score 58-47 as Coach Casey Pack coming over to say hello. So we'll stand up here and we'll talk to Casey. All right. So okay. You get your own headset. Well, Coach Pack, it was an exciting ball game, kind of back and forth. You got out big early, and then they kind of chipped back in. So what was it like down there? You said you got no voice left.
I know I ain't got no voice. And at times with young players, oh, my goodness, they're going to make me have a meltdown.
Well, the meltdown, might not have come yet, but you got the win. That's the important thing going in to next week and, still some more final tune-ups. What was the key tonight, though, with Texico? You got up to that 21-8 lead in the first quarter, then they chipped it back. But then it looked like, it kind of trying to play stall ball a little bit before you picked it back up.
Well, the thing of it is our man offense is really good. You saw it. They try to guard us man. And, most teams, they struggle guarding us man. But what we have to do is get better at the zone. That's where we have to slow down and take what they give us. And sometimes we get into too big of a hurry. And sophomores and juniors, oh, my goodness. Just relax. A simple ball fake is going to make that thing shift. So you looked like we were playing stall ball, but our guys are just throwing it around instead of, hey, what am I going to do? I either beat a gap with a dribble or a pass, and we weren't doing any of those.
Well, some things still to work on, but you get the win, and that's the important thing. What can you say tonight? You've got 23 points in the books for Julian Arroyo, 4 of those from beyond the arc, 13 points for DeMarcus Thompson. You had Zadrick Betancourt going off over 10 rebounds on the night.
Yeah.
You had some good contributors out there.
Well, the main thing that we got back to is us playing defense. That's our bread and butter. And, as the defense goes, so does our offense. So, we kind of got, the last couple of games kind of got punched in the mouth, and we didn't even play defense. So, if you saw the night, we got after it tonight, and we're just proud of the kids. That's all it takes, attitude and effort.
Well, attitude and effort, you definitely had it tonight. Of course, a little bit of not a break, but you get a couple of days off where you get to go all the way up the mountain into the no air there in Ruidoso on Tuesday. What are you going to see out of the Warriors?
Well, we're going to see some more man, and probably they'll get in the zone as well. And the more people play a zone, the better we're getting. So, they have some guards that are quick, but if we come out and play like we did tonight, we should take care of Ruidoso.
Well, of course, next Friday night, right back here, celebrating the 83 championship team, but Clovis coming to town, so a chance to get back at those other Wildcats.
Yes, and we should have beat them in Roswell. Gosh, we had 2 turnovers, but the sad thing is we turned it right back late in the game. So hopefully we can fix that, and then. I want to give a shout-out to the crowd tonight. Awesome crowd tonight. I hope they show up again for honoring the 83 state champs, plus us beating Clovis Wildcats.
You see, you can't beat that. That'll be next Friday night right here. Dawn, did you have any questions for the coach? So, Coach Casey Pack joining us here on the –
Well, thank you, guys.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate everything you do.
Hey, we appreciate you coming up. Coach Casey Pack joining us here on the Now Pharmacy post-game report. So a little bit hoarse, and I can understand that. There's a reason why I keep 3 bags of cough drops and at least 3 bottles of water with me at every given moment.
See, not all the shouting at the team is bad shouting, though. Some of it's good shouting. It's it's good. So yeah, and look at things while you have time to do some math. And
me doing math is always dangerous.
And coming up with some of those stats. I did keep looking at the shooting overall. It's interesting to see. It was a really slow quarter. The first quarter for Texico, they were 2 of 11. In the second quarter, they shot 5 of 9 from the floor. In the third quarter, they were 7 of 9. They really had good shooting in the second and the third quarters. And then Lovington again, they started playing really good defense in that fourth quarter, and Texico went cold, 3 of 9 shooting. That's it, for a total of 17 of 38 for the game. And Texico had a total of 9 offensive rebounds in the second through the fourth quarters. And Lovington shooting, they were 23 of 42 overall. And again, they had a strong first quarter, and then 4 of 8 in the third, 6 of 10 in the fourth, 23 of 42, and they had 4 offensive rebounds in the second through the fourth quarters.
All right, and we'll just take a quick look at some of the numbers. We'll hit the highlights for Texico. Their leading scorer tonight was Cade Figg. He finished up with 16 points. He was also their leading rebounder with 7 in the ball games. 10 points for Javen Askew. 27 rebounds as a team for Texico tonight. They turned the ball over 21 times. And they go 0 of 2 from the line. Yeah, they only had 2 opportunities from the charity stripe. Both were and ones, and they missed them both. For Lovington, as we mentioned with Coach Pack, Julian Arroyo leading scorer tonight with 23 points, 13 in the books for DeMarcus Thompson. Xander Betancourt, your high rebound man, he finishes up with 10 rebounds. He also had 6 points. 6 points for Wyatt Gomez, 6 points Micah Pondo, 2 points Anson Marquez, and 2 points for Dallas Cardenas. Lovington much better from the line tonight than they have been through the season. They go 11 of 18 from the stripe, 28 rebounds as a team, so they win that battle, and only 12 turnovers. That's an important statistic there as well. So 58-47, our final score in this one. The Wildcats and the Lady Cats both getting victories here tonight. Of course, our next streamcast for the Lovington Wildcat boys will be right back here next Friday night. We will not be able to get to Ruidoso because that is the gym that technology forgot. I don't.
We have tried to call some games up there before just giving up because they used to have a hard line into the gym.
And they do not
and
anymore.
They do not anymore, and it's just impossible to get a signal out of there.
Yeah, cell service and internet service, they do have a Wi-Fi system that we cannot get through their firewalls, even, just for a simple phone call. Now, the Lovington girls' next game will be on Tuesday night, right back here against Carlsbad. So 7 o'clock Tuesday night, Lovington girls against Carlsbad right here, and then the boys next Friday night right here against Clovis. So, all right, 2 big victories tonight, and great night for the Lovington Cats and Lady Cats, both victorious tonight. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one and wrap up your Now Pharmacy postgame show. Wildcat Basketball brought to you by Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. For Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Gym. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Have a safe and happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day weekend. Good night, everybody.